I don't know what happened there.
We're live now.
It froze. Yeah, we're live, but it froze. I don't know what happened to the intro. Sorry, guys.
What's the famous Bill O'Reilly meme? We'll do it live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So hey, how's your week, man? It
was good. Certainly looking forward to the Broncos and Jets game, which I'm sure our listeners and everybody in the chat is, of course, looking forward to. And honestly, we should probably preface this, Bill, with it being such a popular game. Mm-hmm. That let's keep it respectful. Obviously, with the Broncos and Jets game, there's been so much hoopla, of course, within this game. And, let's try and keep it about as respectful as we can. I'm saying it for my benefit, probably, your benefit, Bill, but it's like, if there's Jets fans that are trolling in the chat or whatever, let's kind of keep it,
sure.
Or even Broncos fans at times, like, let's kind of keep it about as respectful as we can.
Absolutely. That's one thing you don't want to do. We're here to have a good time. We cannot control, regardless of what people think, we as fans cannot control the outcome of the game. We can have a voice, obviously, in the stands and things of that nature. But when it comes down to brass taxes, we can't do anything but cheer. So, there's no need to throw digs or barbs or, nasty grams, that kind of thing. That doesn't benefit anybody.
Well, of course, given everything that has transpired from the offseason to now, it's just, let's just play the game. And, we're finally here. And hopefully for the Broncos' sake, it's, they come away with a victory. And from the objective point of view, Bill, let's just hope it's a really good, hard-fought game on both sides. But obviously, us being Bronco fans, as I said, we want a victory.
Right. You want to tell everybody why you're sitting in Mike's shoes?
Right. I am definitely not Mundungus. For anybody that is, trying to figure out, where Mundungus is. Mundungus is actually with Glenn Hauser at the game today. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, he gauged Madrid basically 3/4. They didn't invite me, sadly, but 3/4 of the 5280 podcast are at the game today.
Maybe it's because he was fearful that I would do this show by myself and we'd get kicked off or something. I don't know what the deal is. Huge.
So what are you looking forward to for the game today? What are you most looking forward to?
This is going to sound. This may sound a little brass, a little harsh, but I want an absolute beatdown by the Broncos. I want a beatdown. I want points out the wazoo. I want it to be, seriously, I would not mind a 35-3 game. I don't expect it.
Thankfully, you didn't say 70-20 because that's already
there you go.
in my brain.
Exactly. I don't foresee that. The Jets defense is one of the best. Rushing a passer and all that. So Russell Wilson's better have his track shoes on because he's going to have to be moving. But in all reality, I think it's going to be a very close game. I think I said that the Jets in my show on Friday, I said the Jets. Oh, no, I didn't have that. I didn't do that, my show. I had Charlie Joyner on, so I didn't say that. So right now I'll say what I was thinking. And that would be, it would come down to the last possession of the game. And whoever has the ball last is going to win this game. In my opinion, that's how tight it is. And I think, and I'm feeling, because of everything that's gone on, the Broncos will pull it out somehow, some way.
Yeah. What's up, Avatar? Thanks for hopping in.
Avatar, always a pleasure, my friend.
We look forward to, getting the chance to interact with you during the game. Yeah, I'm curious about it. Obviously, I think it's going to be interesting to see what the Broncos do. It seems like the Broncos are undefeated in coin tosses. So they deferred once again. Every time
did win. Okay.
So they won the coin toss. And so at least we are undefeated in one category. But I think that from the, from the point of view, I was talking to another person today. I was like, if it's a defensive game, I will say, sadly, that favors the Jets in that regard because of their defense. But I think that, the fact that the Broncos have been showing a much more competent offense this year, at least on the paper side of things, should give them an advantage. Like if it is a defensive game, you would imagine there's maybe one more offensive play that they can have. But, again, to the Jets' credit, the Broncos haven't played a defense quite like the Jets yet.
Miami's offense was stellar. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
The offense. I'm saying more like from the defense side of things. The Broncos haven't played a defense quite like the Jets. And so I think it'll be really interesting to see what happens and, what comes out of this. And who knew that this would be a Russell Wilson versus Zach Wilson show and not say the Wilson Bowl of with the Sean Payton and Nathaniel Hackett, but not even Aaron Rodgers at all. Like, it's not even Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. It's the Wilson show.
Right. I'll tell you what, those helmets look sharp, dude. And you know me, I'm not one for the D, the old school D. But on that white helmet, maybe it's because it's a white helmet. If it was a blue helmet, I'm so used to and love the this right here, this that style horse on the dark blue helmet. But those white ones look sharp. Come on, get him. Oh, great defense. Stuffed him right at the line of scrimmage. And we got 3 key players back: Josie Jewell, Clark, and Simmons. That's huge.
Also of note, Javonte Williams is inactive. I actually like the move, but all right, here we go. First play. There we go. First play.
I guess I'm way ahead of you, huh?
Yeah.
I already said that. Now they're lined up for the second play. So let me pause it. Hang on before they start. Oh, they just start. Hang on. I'll have to wait till the end. I won't say anything. I can't say anything, so I'm just reacting.
That's all right.
All right. I will pause it right when they get to the line of scrimmage, all right?
All right.
After the second play.
Holy crap!
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Let's go, Benito.
Okay, so you got to tell me after I pause it, you got to tell me
I'm
when
at
to unpause or when you see them line up. Just line up. Okay, I paused it. Tell me when there's 6 seconds on the play clock.
Okay.
Which is to the bottom left. It'll say 3rd and 18. That was a great sack, man. That was a phenomenal sack. Was that Benito? I think it was.
He's having a great year.
Yeah, he is.
I am at 6 right now.
Okay, I just started. Okay, we're good. We're back in sync. Me and Mike have to do this all the time. Come on, get him. Good defense. Well, that worked out well, didn't it? That was unlike something we haven't seen all year.
Wouldn't be and I wouldn't be surprised if you see.
Well, what I'm thinking here, Cam, is I'm thinking the Bronco defense, they know what kind of play calls Hackett does and how he lines up. Unless he really drastically changes things, Denver's going to have a field day if this continues. You know what I'm saying? Because
oh no.
Oh my gosh. Who was that?
That was Mims. One of his few mistakes on the year.
God dang it. Oh my gosh. Well, so much for what I just said. You said he was battling his son. Well, he's got the ball. And he never secured it.
That's bad.
He never secured it. Doggone it. We can't give them any momentum, guys. We cannot give these guys any momentum. Period. Oh my gosh. Gee.
Dang.
That's the last thing we needed. We've got to keep our defense off the field. All right. Oh, muck punt, so they couldn't advance it. Okay.
Well, doesn't matter though.
Well, it does if we hold them to a field goal. We got to hold them to a field goal.
I meant from the recovery standpoint.
Oh, yeah. I know that. So, there are a lot of teams out there that just have horrific records that you wouldn't think have. Patriots are on a low end. They're on a skid. Patriots don't look good. Panthers don't look good. Pittsburgh came back and won a impressive game against Baltimore. Man, I was watching that on the red zone. That was crazy comeback. Baltimore, Indianapolis, they came back. Oh, get him! Oh, got it. The 9-yard line.
You just hope that that's not a breaker. What just happened there? That
That fumble, that muck punt. Yeah, exactly.
In terms of the defense's confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was special teams, but still, I know what you're saying. It's just it's a facet of the game that if it starts breaking down, it can demoralize a player and a whole team, a whole unit. Okay, come on, defense. It's first and goal at the 9. Get him. Good. Only got to the 7. Good. All right, come on. Vikings are playing the Chiefs in Minnesota. I'm hoping the Vikings pull that one out. I don't expect it, but I'm hoping they pull it out.
For sure.
Hoping they do. It's Philadelphia and the Rams are tied at 7. Come on, defense. That sea of orange on the crowd looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, defense. Mike said something last week. Oh, intercept. Oh, dang it.
I like that end zone too.
It is nice. All white with the blue.
Makes you wonder if maybe the Broncos are tweaking with some things, maybe like for something in the future.
Oh yeah, I believe it too. Okay, our third and goal now. Mike was saying something last week when he mentioned that he was going to the game this week. He said that every game he's gone to in Denver, the Broncos have lost, and they've always had turnovers. I said, "Thanks a lot, Mike. Why'd you jinx us?" That was last week. Flag. What happened? False start. Beautiful.
Good deal.
Beautiful. Come on, defense. Can you believe Buffalo lost to Jacksonville in London?
I can actually, just
Really?
because, well, the Jags were in London a week before.
Right. So they're acclimated. Yeah.
And so they kind of were acclimated at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, but do you think Josh Allen is losing something, or he's just not the Josh Allen that he was a year or two ago? I just don't see him being that incomplete. Beautiful.
Wow.
I say it.
Way to go, guys.
Incomplete. I love that, man. That's one of my favorite chants. There's I think Kansas City's is first down, which is I don't like that one too much. The incomplete one I like a lot. Just because it's Denver,
So probably looking at 3-0 here.
Yep. Let's say someone can block it, or he shanks it. Nope, right down Broadway. Right down Broadway. They just said, of course they did. They just said that that's the first time all year that the Jets have scored in their first quarter. Yeah, of course. They're playing the Broncos,
All right, so here we go.
So now you just put in
Score.
3-0, and then he leaves it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Avatar, I knew what I was talking about. Just hold them to a field goal. Most games are not won by field goals. Just talk to Denver about that last year, or go back and look at some of the horrible games. So yeah.
See, I'm doing the right thing. I'm putting the Jets,
Well,
first on this.
to. And Mike always puts the Broncos first. I'm like last week. I'm like, hey, we're home. Last week was at the Bears, but before that I said, hey man, we're home. Yeah, he likes doing that. He likes just putting the Broncos name first, which I kind of get.
Yeah. Well, and I think at the end of the game, I would if it's a win, I would like to see that first because you're going to see the winning score versus the losing score first.
Right. So. Yeah, that one I get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that was an omen to put him on the left side so he could always have the lead, but
or it's just much easier to read.
Yeah.
A higher score on the left versus the winning score on the right.
Yeah.
Or I mean, smaller score.
True. So, are you given the circumstances that the Broncos muffed the punt? Obviously, we're pleased to just give up 3, but like you said, I hope it's not a demoralizing thing for Mims. You'd hate to see a rookie like this just kind of lose his focus or lose his. Come on, what's happening, my friend? He says, "What's up, Bronco 27, Jets 17." Wow, you're way ahead of us, man. Way ahead of us. Are you into next week, tomorrow?
Hey, Kamani, can you go put in some Powerball numbers for us? And
exactly. If you're saying it's 27-17 already, then I'll go with that, Kamani. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I got to do this, even though Mike's not here. Kamani is this one. Hang on, Kamani's this one.
Scuba Steve, damn you!
I don't know why he comes up with that. Oh, I know, because I didn't want to mess up Kamani's name when we were first doing the neighborhood. I didn't want to mess up his name. And so I kept calling him Dixon. And Mike's like, dude, why do you call him? Just call him Steve. Anyways, he came up with that somehow. So that's where that came from.
To your point, though, I actually wasn't saying it from the Mims perspective. I was actually saying it from the defensive side of things, like demoralizing for the team. So to see what they did as far as not allowing a touchdown there was big. And especially you hate to break up the elephant in the room, but like for the Vance Joseph side of things, that's massive. Like that is big for that defense. And so hopefully
Kansas State just scored. Sorry, man.
So hopefully the Broncos can come away with something here, maybe generate some points on this drive or just generate some confidence on their opening drive. Maybe you get some scripted drives, some scripted plays and how they move the ball here.
Right. Well, you know what? I kind of like these uniforms, even though the rush. Maybe it's because I don't like the all orange helmet with the all orange jersey. I don't know. Go, Jimmy, go. Oh, dang, a gain of a yard. That's it. Wow.
Yeah, so no Javonte. Now that we're on the offensive side of the ball, a reminder to people, no Javonte, which means the running game is probably going to end up being Samaje Perine and Jaleel McLaughlin, which, of course, he had quite the day last week.
Oh, yeah, I like that kid. There he is right there, number 38. Wasn't that Anderson's number 2? Wasn't Anderson for the Broncos have number 38 at one time? Watch your back. Man, he's got to throw the outlet pass every time because the offensive line is not holding back the rushers. That's twice he's had to dump it off to a receiver on the sideline.
Their defensive line is scary. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. We got to somehow generate some type of offense.
The offensive line really needs to step up.
Who's their defensive coordinator? Is that who is that? Oh, it's Jeff
Ulbrich.
Jeff Ulbrich? Wow. Never heard of him. But whatever he's doing it good. You're doing well. He's got the right player. Good gosh, they can't hold anybody back. Go Russ, first down, first side. Good gosh, he went almost head first. That guy scares the crap out of me when he runs. Because he wants to get that extra yard, and that's how you get killed.
He's actually protected his body really well in his career, so he smartly went for the slide there.
Yeah, but it looked like he was going to go head first when you watch this replay. I mean, he's just running head first, and right at the last, he kind of did a little touch slide. That
was a huge. We may see that a lot today.
Well, yeah, because he's going to be our leading running back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I meant like we've not seen him rush a lot. So I mean,
come on, what do you mean? Calm down, man. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want anybody hurt on our side. Now you know what Hitman Bill. You know how I am on the other side. I want somebody taken out on that side. Welcome to the show, Weezer Karen. I hope that Weezer's not a a bad thing. I hope that's just a good nickname. But she said, "Let's go Broncos." Absolutely. Keep it coming. Bring that Bronco love, man. Bring that Bronco love. All right. Shoot.
Oh, go, Jaleel!
Go. Go, 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 go. He might be gone. Yes. Oh, he's out of bounds.
Wow.
That was a great. That's why I love this kid. I love this kid, man. And that's what I really like about rookies. You know, they're trying super hard just to make the team when they get drafted, you know? And usually if you're drafted high, you'll make it. If you're a walk-on, it's a 50-50 shot. But I like rookies in their game because they are trying to prove something. And the last thing they want to do is let down their coaches or teammates themselves. This kid he reminds me so much of like a Terrell Davis. He has a one-plant cut, you know, and just finds a hole and goes. Love it. Another handoff. Oh, that's P. Ryan. Good run.
Hopefully we get some better P. Ryan. He's been I actually personally think he's been better than Javonte, but I think a lot of it is because Javonte's recovering.
Oh, gee,
you know,
holding offense.
To where I actually think that, you know, Javonte's probably – I really think that Javonte's recovering still from his injury, but I mean, like, it's crazy, you know, to see, you know, guys like P. Ryan, you know, maybe play a little bit better. Obviously, McLaughlin play a little bit better.
It's going to be interesting when we play the Chiefs on Thursday, this coming Thursday, in Kansas City, to see P. Ryan back in Kansas City. I hope that'd be great if he had a phenomenal, just an incredible game. I love it. All right, come on. Watch your back, Wilson. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Holy Toledo, man. That was intercepted but out of bounds. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Good. Penalty against Jets. Illegal contact. Good.
Some people are calling the holding penalty on McLaughlin pretty soft.
Oh, on McLaughlin. Holding penalty.
No, the when they called the holding penalty.
Oh, Troutman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the referees are doing a good job of reffing this year. I really don't. They're missing plays left and right, or penalties left or right, I should say. Avatar says he absolutely loves McLaughlin. I do too. I just think like I said, I love rookies when they come in. They just play with so much heart.
He's in right now.
McLaughlin? Yeah, there he is. They're swinging. Oh, no. Oh, what a catch. 10-5 touchdown. Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. Oh, hang on. I got to play it. Hang on. Oh, wait. Come on, Bill. Get. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm not used to this, but I'll get it. Here we go. All right. That's what we want to hear all day long, baby. All day long. That's what I want to hear. All day. But boy, I thought he was going to miss that cat. And that's McLaughlin again. Knocked the ball up in the air. It was a little high. He knocked it up in the air. Made the catch. Beautiful 7-0.
7-3.
7-0. Love it.
7-3, Bill.
Well, should be 7-0. Put it that way. See how excited I get? I don't even know the freaking right score. Hey, he may be onto something. You know, think about that. Come on, just think about that for a minute. He may be onto something.
Well,
because he said 27-17. You have to have at least a field goal to get 17.
So here's the thing, like with McLaughlin, I don't want to forecast the future, but like he reminds me a little bit of Austin Eckler to a certain degree. Like the way he's shifty, the way that he's, the way he can be utilized in the passing game. There is a legit opportunity that I think that the Broncos, and I mean, it's hard to say, like he needs to work on his passing. He needs to work on his passing game in terms of pass blocking, but it truly feels like the Broncos have an emerging star with Jaleel, you know. So but I don't want to, you know, overreact too much because again it's 7-3, but like clearly the Broncos have found something in this McLaughlin kid. I think the bigger point of all of this is like it's crazy no one drafted him.
Yeah, exactly. So Madungus, you have to put money in the square jar. I know you're probably not listening to the show, maybe you are, but you have to put something in the square jar, dude. Although that you're right, that was incredible, incredible catch and all that. Big E Bronco says, "Here we go, here we go." Yep, absolutely. Well, yes, here we go. But let's hope we keep it going. You know, I mean, that's a great start. It's a great comeback after the muff punt by Mims and then the subsequent field goal by the Jets. That was a great answer. Perfect.
And I'll tell you, we have to give. I know you slammed his slide and everything, or just the.
Yeah.
But we have to give huge kudos to Russell Wilson on that 16-yard scramble.
Sure.
That majorly helped, you know, get that drive going. I mean, so they really needed that scramble. And frankly, that's the kind of thing that when we talked to Scott Mason to play like a Jet, that was one of the things that he said that was going to be pretty big for this Jets team because Mahomes was a scrambler, you know, versus the Jets. And so I'm really hoping that we see a little bit more of Russ use his legs. And that is actually something that we have not seen much of these last couple weeks in terms of him. And when I say his legs, I'm not saying the design or like the quarterback scrambles. I'm not saying that. What I'm actually saying is like, you know, the read option plays, the design plays for Russ, like, you know, but those QB scrambles are going to be big in this game. Given
absolutely.
Spence
GC, we got your back. We got your back. Says, hey guys, we must win this game. Russell must excel. I'm at the park with my kids and need you guys to help with play-by-play. Okay, we'll do our best.
I will make sure I am Jim Nance, and you got Tony Romo,
Phil Sims, Tony Romo.
Tony Romo over here.
Well, I wish I had Tony Romo's rings and money. That'd be nice. But okay, we'll do our best. Like I said, Spence GC, love to have you on board. Okay, so starting out, the Broncos kicked off. The ball's at the 25 of the Jets, and it's 1st and 10. Get him. Oh, come on. First down. Doggone it.
Those jerseys, they're so
wow, McLaughlin's mom is in the crowd. That's cool. That just showed that, yeah. I got the sound on in my ears, on my buds, but I don't have it up loud enough. Otherwise, I'll drown Cam out. And but I do hear it. But I didn't hear that they said it was his mom. I kind of figured, but that's awesome. Awesome. Hope he can get her a football, like score a touchdown and hand it to her. That'd be kind of cool. All right, come on, get him, defense. Oh my gosh, they're running all over us. God,
Breece Hall, man.
Now they're at the 44.
Breece Hall, man.
What's that?
He's a weapon. Breece Hall is an absolute weapon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He was one of the guys that we were really kind of scared of on the Mainly Broncos podcast, 5280 podcast, that we talked about. Like, you know, they definitely get Mike Purcell back, but you know, you really need to kind of down the ball.
Hey, Spence, that's what I call a dedicated fan right there. You're being a husband, and he says our wife is watching me watch the kids, so I'm listening through my iPod. That's great. Hey, you're doing the right thing. You're with the kids and all, and you're listening to the show, so I appreciate it. All right, 3rd and 1. They're at what, the 46-yard line, 47?
Yeah.
45, something like that. They got to stop them. Come on, man. Come on, you got to stop them. Where are they at? We're at the 45, 46, 47. I'll get it right one of these times. On their own, that is. Okay, here comes a pat run. Oh, good false start. Beautiful. Beautiful.
The Jets pulled the Broncos from last week.
Yep. Beautiful. But now, of course, you know they're going to pass, so we got to stop that. Oh, man.
You know what's crazy, too, is like this is the first time this is the first time that Russell Wilson has played the Jets as a member of the Broncos.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't get to play last year.
It's actually, if you go, what's crazy is you actually look at it. It's another. It's all the games that the Broncos have played the Jets. It's been Brett Rippon.
Yeah. Oh, get him! Oh, dumped it off.
He's got him.
Get him! Yes. Beautiful. You might be a second or two ahead of me, but that's fine. Hey, Spence, you don't miss a trick, buddy. You don't miss a trick. Jets pulled the Broncos, laughing out loud. Wonder who the Jets offensive coordinator is.
What's funny is when I said they pulled the Broncos, I actually meant it from like last week. But yes, he did pull the Broncos in the sense of like who their offensive coordinator is.
That is classic, Spence. That is absolutely classic. I thought you were talking about last week too. That's exactly my first thought. Now, don't muff it, Mims. Don't muff it.
Oh, what a
punt.
punt.
No. Get in the end zone. Oh, my gosh. It went out to 5 or 6.
Maybe the 4.
Where does it go out at?
What a punt. Thomas Morstead.
Wow, he's 37? They just say he's
37. He might be older than Zeus.
37 as a punter. But, you can last a while as a punter because, all you're doing is punting the ball. You're not really taking a shot, maybe once in a blue moon, but
looks like Kliss is saying down at the 6. It's at the 6, but
yeah, gee, that's what I thought when I first saw it.
You know what's crazy? So the Broncos are averaging. That's what I was. So Biggie, that's exactly what I was saying. I wasn't exactly saying 20 like during the week, but I was saying like if the Broncos score 24, 27 plus, like. I was saying like if they Broncos score 27 plus, that's a statement for this offense about like how good they've been, this year. But like, yeah, if the Broncos score over 20, I think they do have a very, very good chance of winning this game. And Bill and I even talked about it like in the very beginning of it. Like we said, if it's defensive battle, it favors the Jets more. But you do wonder if the Broncos offense, with their capability, you might actually see a little bit more maybe offensive play. So maybe you want to give the edge to Denver there, but still defensive game, you want to give the edge to the Jets.
Right. By the way, we're in a commercial break is why we're not talking. That's for Spence's for his updates. It's a commercial, so that's why we're just not talking Broncos first play after the punt. That's why. Yeah, Big E, you're right. That was a heck of a kick, or punt, but yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't fielded. And also, unfortunately, it didn't go in the end zone. It went out to 6.
It also proves that special teams matters, people. Mm-hmm. Just to people that are out there that maybe want to dog on special teams, it's proof that special teams matters, ladies and gentlemen.
D-Rock! What is happening? D-Rock is in the house. You got it. I can't remember which one yours is, D-Rock. I know you got one. Is yours... I forget which one it is. I'll play it, but I'm not sure. Not sure what it is. How's Mike doing? Well, the reason why Glenn doesn't look like Mike is because Glenn is not Mike. Go ahead, Glenn. Tell him where he is.
Glenn, you called me Glenn. Boy, I wish I was.
Glenn. I mean Cam.
Boy, first off, if I was Glenn, I also would not be here right now.
That's
because
true.
You know what? Because you know why, Kamani? Because 3/4 of the 5280 podcast are there without me. They basically are going to the game without me.
Yep. And I again, like I mentioned earlier, I think it's because they thought I would lose my mind on this show. I'm doing it solo, and they were afraid of 3 hours with me. Come on. Wilson, get rid of it. Oh, my gosh. Safety. Holy oh, it's a flag. They're gonna call intentional grounding and safety. Oh my gosh!
He had to do it.
Just when we were giving Wilson praise for getting out of the pocket and moving around, and
no, that is all offensive line, Bill. That is all offensive line.
Safety. Yep, it recurred in the end zone, so it's safety. And now you know what that means. What's that? Come on, I don't understand what you're saying. That sucks. And they stuck you. They're saying you got punked, or that you have to be with me, Cam.
Yeah.
That's what Kamani's saying. Oh shoot, that's hilarious. I think. Wait a minute. Hang on, Kamani. Wait a minute. So now it's 7-5, and the Jets get the ball back
In the first inning,
gosh.
first or second inning.
First or second inning.
It's it. Yeah, 7-5.
Oh, 7-5. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Rockies over the Mets. That would be a first, wouldn't it? The Rockies in the lead. That might be a first. Well, Kansas City still leads, but now it's 7-3. Minnesota got a field goal. Come on, Vikings. Come on. All right. Okay, so I hate to bring that news to you, Spence, but it was a safety in the end zone. Now they just punted the ball. The Jets got the 25, 30, 33-yard line. So the Jets will have the ball on their 33-yard line, trailing by 2 now. 7-5. Hope that doesn't come back to bite us. Oh, my gosh. Hope that doesn't come back to bite us. Dang it.
We might see a heavy dose of Brees Hall.
Yep. Wow, the total yards. Denver's obviously got a lot more total yards. Rushing yards, 56-9.
A lot of that is the first drive.
Sure. Well, yeah, the Jets had the ball, inside Denver territory beginning the first drive.
That's a whole.
5 down. That's got to be a penalty on tripping. That's got to be a tripping penalty, right?
It's definitely a penalty. The question is it a hold or tripping?
Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is here. Holding. Yep. Good. Beautiful.
That was such a blatant hold.
Oh yeah, kind of like, and then he goes down. It's like how do you not call that? Which they did call it, obviously. Bengals and Cardinals. Bengals 10, Cardinals 7. Oh, now it's 14-10. They scored. Wow, what's up with the Bengals this year? Joe Burrow is not doing too well.
He's still injured.
Oh, he's still injured. Wow, I thought he was back for this week.
Holy crap! Benito got off the line.
Get him! Beautiful. What? Oh man, I'll tell you what, man. That guy. I'm so glad he's back.
He's playing at his college level right now.
Oh yeah. The guy is. Look at Patrick Surtain. That guy's amazing.
Underrated point with Benito is the Broncos hired Jamar Cain, who was one of the coaches in Oklahoma.
Oh wow. What was I gonna say? Forgot what I was gonna say. I'll think of this. Maybe. Intercept. Oh man. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Are you concerned that the Broncos are going to trade away Patrick Surtain? Yeah, go.
No.
Are you? Because I've been seeing that all across Twitter. I've been seeing it on texts that come in from different people I follow and things of that. They're talking about Patrick Surtain could be gone. And if that's the case, man, I'll tell you what, that would be an absolute catastrophic move. If that were the case.
If they were to trade Surtain, that is actually a full, maybe even Simmons too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And that's scary. That is scary. Because then you're a full get it. Yes. Fumble. Oh, man.
Zach Allen. Way to go, Zach.
Wow. Awesome. Wow. Man. What an absolute sack of magnitude. That was huge, man. He never saw him coming.
That wasn't that was not Zach Allen on the play. That was Sack Allen.
Yeah, that was Sack Allen. You got that right. Allen on Allen. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was Sack Allen. You got that right. Well, then now they're putting from the end zone. The ball's at the 9-yard line.
You could not have. Hopefully, the
But,
Broncos.
what are they going to do? Man, they waited forever. Oh, is that a short kick point? I mean, that's pretty good. Let it go. Let it go. Beautiful. 45, 44, 43 yard line. Broncos have the ball at the 43. They let it bounce, and it rolled from about the 49 to 43. So now, why do you think – I'm going to ask you this, Cam, as we head to a commercial. Score 7-5 Denver, and they'll have the ball. What do you think is the main turnaround for the Bronco defense since the Miami debacle?
I want to say that the reason why maybe you're seeing a much better concerted effort is Vance Joseph talked about it, that they went more to a five-man pressure and, man-to-man defense, which, against Justin Fields, I mean, that's exactly what you want him to do. And granted, to Justin's credit, the last 2 weeks, he's really been balling out the last 2 weeks. But I mean, like, I think that, like, if you look at it from, the overall landscape of what they've been able to do in their careers, you want them to beat them through the air. And so, like, for Justin Fields, for Zach Allen, or for Zach Wilson, you want them to beat you through the air. And I think that, if you can be able to create that pressure consistently and, make them beat you through the air, that's exactly what you want as a defense. And so I think that hopefully the Broncos seems like they're doing that, and it's paying off because it's clear that they're getting pressure these last couple of games.
Yeah, it's true. Kamani says, can we have a game where the offense and defense and special teams all play a complete game? You know what? Kamani? I would relish that any day of the week. But the problem of it is it's very, very rare in the NFL unless you're the Dolphins to score 70 points, then everything works. It's I wouldn't say it's rare. I mean, if you're going to have – if you look at the game today where the New England Patriots got blown out by – who'd they play? Who'd the Patriots play?
Saints.
The Saints. Yeah, and the Saints just took it to them. I think the final score was 34-0. That's when you're going to see everything clicking. So, yeah, to your comment, yeah, I would love to see it. And I'm hoping to – well, I'm going to say I was hoping to see it today, but that didn't happen on the very first punt. So, but we can make up for it. We can make up for it. All right, guys, come on. Ball's on the 43-yard line. Denver's ball. Good heavens. The time of possession is 3-1 in favor of the Jets? 9:09 to 3:28? Holy cow. Well, we've had the ball twice, right? We've only had it once.
This is our third time.
Yeah, okay. So we've had it twice. We only managed 3 minutes and 28 seconds of play of offense. Holy cow. That's not going to – another short one. Come on, go, Pete Ryan. Go. Hang on the ball. 32-yard line of the Jets. Boy, I just don't like those little – I mean, I don't like those nickel and dime, things that Tom Brady used to do all the time. But hey, you gotta take what the defense is going to give you, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yep. So you got to take what they give you. That P. Ryan, I like that kid. I was surprised when Kansas City got rid of him. That was a shock.
Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati. Wasn't P. Ryan on the Chiefs at all? Or is that somebody else I'm thinking of? Almost caught it with one hand. Oh, that's Troutman. So Peter Ryan was on Cincinnati?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, my mistake.
Yeah, that was really close to pass interference. I think the reason why he didn't call it was because
he got a hand on it. Was
because he turned around.
Oh, but he was right in his face, man. See, even Big E says should have been pass interference.
I mean, the way he's grabbing him, there's different,
Alex Smith, man, how you doing, man? How you doing? Please say hello to Cam. He's filling in for Madungus, who's at the game with Glenn of the 5280. Hope they bring us some luck, man. 50 seconds and counting left in the first quarter. 7-5 Denver. How did they get 5? Safety. After a punt that went out at the 6-yard line. I'll tell you what, Russell Wilson's not afraid to run.
That was close.
That was
really close to being a penalty on the Jets.
Yeah, it could have been a late hit when he went down. But he went down head first. He didn't slide that time. It's probably, I mean, oh my gosh. They had to call timeout because they couldn't get the freaking play in. Yeah, I agree, Kamani. I have said this so many times. The refs don't like us. I mean, that was evident in a Washington game, on that 2-point conversion that we should have had another play at the 1 yard line. I totally agree. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because they don't like Sean Payton. I don't know. But to me, it goes back. To me, it goes back years, not just this year. I don't know what it is. I mean, come on, Minnesota. Now they're down. Now they're trailing 10-3. Come on, Vikings. Well, that place is sold out like always, Cam. That place is sold out. Nothing but a sea of orange, man. Love it. Watch your back, Wilson. Watch your back. He's got to run it again. Slide. No, 10. 5. Is it down? Let's
go.
Down to the 4. Beautiful.
Tell you, I said it before. His legs are going to be a big difference in this game.
Yep. So, okay, so I'm going to go back, and I know the answer, but I want to hear your side of it, okay? I already know the answer, but is this because of Sean Payton as opposed to Nathaniel Hackett not letting him run? Okay.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yeah, and I mean, like, especially if you go back and you look at even some of the way that he's been handling Taysom Hill in the past, in some of the design runs with him, I mean, yeah, it is very obvious that Russell Wilson has made a concerted effort, and so I think that 100%, like it is definitely about the Russ actually playing, and it goes to Russ making the concerted effort to lose all that weight.
Sure. Oh yeah.
And so and more importantly, again, I know this is Broncos versus Jets, and we're here to be objective, but Russ has also played very, very well at the beginning point of this season, and so much so that when you have malpractice happening with a New York Jets writer nationally coming out and actually saying that Russ is the problem and he's not a good quarterback anymore, that is one bulletin board material, and one, it is, like I said, malpractice, because Russ is playing out of his dang mind, and it is further proof that that Russell Wilson is making Nathaniel Hackett look bad.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, I mentioned that to my nephew. And when I sent it to him, he goes, "Oh my gosh, do you think the Broncos will see that for the bulletin board material?" Because I got that yesterday. And I said, I sure hope so. And we're seeing evidence of that, because Russell Wilson's saying, "Here, take that. You say I'm not a good quarterback. You say I'm not good enough anymore, or whatever. Boom, So that's awesome.
Looks like Biggie Bronco may be
he's ahead of us. Yeah, he's ahead of us. I won't put it up though, but I'll do the whole thing. Biggie Bronco says this is a Bronco podcast, not a Minnesota podcast. The reason why I bring in the Vikings in is who they're playing. We want the Kansas City Chiefs to lose, so I'm bringing in the score, and that's one of the main reasons. The other reason is because that's my NFC team, so I do talk about them, but especially when they're playing somebody within our division. That's the reason why I'm bringing that up. Okay. Biggie, just to give you a heads up, we're on, I believe Cam is on regular TV because he's in Denver, and I'm on Wi-Fi. So that's why we're probably behind you. Although I don't know where Biggie is, man, if he's that far ahead of us. Who's that toss to? Jerry Judy. I don't think he was telling us that. I don't think he was saying that. I think he was saying maybe. I don't know.
Maybe he's predicting the future.
Hey, we got two of them in the house, man. It is Halloween month, correct? Mm-hmm. So we could have some some stuff going on here, you know? Could have some stuff going on. Wilson, Alex Smith said Wilson can't be making mistakes in the end zone. That's very true.
Yes, but we will allow Zach Wilson to make the plays in those plays in the end zone.
Absolutely. Okay, they're going to hand off. P. Ryan down to the 4. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Okay, do you agree with this? Spence GC says only way Russell gets respect after this game is if the game is a Bronco blowout.
I don't think it's just a Russell thing. I actually think it's a Bronco thing. I don't
really. Okay.
I don't think the Broncos are going to get the respect that they deserve until one, they have a winning record, and two, they actually prove that they are relevant again.
Yeah, true. And that could happen this year. I mean, we could somehow miraculously beat the Chiefs next week. Oh, Wilson! Oh, he got sacked. Dang it! Now it's field goal time.
Curious to see what they do here.
You know, if the Broncos get a field goal here and they go up 10-5, that is going to be the second time in a game, or the second game, I should say. It's going to be the second game of today's games that had a 10-5 score. The other one was the Steelers. I think it was the Steelers and yes, it was the Steelers and the Steelers and Ravens. It's the Steelers Ravens here.
A couple things. I like the idea for the QB draw.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful
but
field goal.
It seemed like it was pretty slow out of the gate. And I think it was because they were getting down on the play clock, and so it was just, yeah. So I think I'm definitely all for the idea that that getting points is a big thing, and which that's exactly what the Broncos are proving. I mean, I will be completely honest. They're putting up a field goal, but once again, that points efficiency for the Broncos is looking pretty good. I mean, every time that they've had the ball, it feels like they've scored. Not to Miami's efficiency, but they've been able to actually do it.
Spence, you are stealing the show today, my friend. You're stealing the show. Guys, don't make me laugh when I'm drinking. Broncos beat the Chiefs, laughing out loud. Hey, stranger things have happened, man. I'm just saying we could. I mean, after all, the Jets almost beat the Chiefs. And I know on any given Sunday, any team can win. Well, unless you're playing the Miami Dolphins in week 3, then that ain't happening. But any other time, I guess we could. But hope you're having a good time in the park with your kids. That's awesome. So Cam, what's the temperature in Denver today?
Freezing.
Is it really cold?
Actually, it's a typical cold fall weather, I should say. It's like they have it at 72 right now in Castle Rock.
Really? Wow. And so is Empower Field actually in Denver proper, or is it in a different county or different?
It is in the skyline of Denver. So when you think about where
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it
doesn't change. In other words, it doesn't change when you go west of the I-25. It doesn't change to a different county.
I don't think so.
Okay. Just wondering. Oh, Madunga says change the score. So he is watching.
Yes.
Wow, Kamani, it's 60 degrees in Illinois. Okay. Well, that's not a bad it's not a bad temperature, especially for Illinois.
10-5 in the second inning or fourth inning, because we're in the second quarter.
Fourth inning, yeah. He's referring to the Rockies beating the Mets 10-5. Speaking of that, speaking of baseball, did you happen to see the score of the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Dodgers?
This is not a baseball podcast, but I'm telling you right now, Clayton Kershaw can be the greatest pitcher of all time, but boy, he really falters in the
Man alive. I couldn't believe 6 runs in the first inning. And they knocked him out in I think it was maybe the beginning of the second. I know, but Mike and I, we talk about everything. We talk about food. We talk about family. We talk about kids, everything. So, yeah, I mean, it is a Bronco show, but hey, we talked about a whole lot of different things in that Miami game. That's for sure. Oh, okay. Hey, wait. Okay. So, I missed it. So, Spence GC is in Santa Clarita. That's interesting because my niece used to live in Santa Clarita, which is north of LA, by the way, just so you guys know. And she used to live there, and then she moved to Lone Pine because her husband got a different job, a better job at a hospital. So they're in Lone Pine. 92 degrees. It's supposed to be 94 here where I am. So it's toasty. I got the fan on above me and try not to turn the air conditioner on because energy in California is beyond expensive. Oh my gosh, dude. That is cool, dude. Way to go, Spence. He goes, I won $100 on the Arizona game. I couldn't believe it because the Dodgers were off for a week and Kershaw's ERA in the playoffs is 2 runs higher than regular season. Wow. I'll tell you what, Arizona's they're showing me something, man. They're showing me something, that's for sure. Not their football team, but their baseball team. That's 77 in Denver, Madunga says. Okay. Come on, get him. Get him. Oh, my gosh, that Hall can move, man.
Man, he's good.
Hey. Come on, man. They're at the Bronco 35-yard line. Dang it.
Maddie chiming in. Nothing is a broken D like getting a face of a Hackett O.
Yep. Oh, man. Now that's I'll tell you what, man. Denver, this is Denver's game to take. Absolutely Denver's game to take. They cannot let the Jets hang around. Come on, defense. Oh, he's got all day long back there. Get him. Oh, my gosh. First down. Oh, just short, they said. We cannot give up a touchdown because then we'll be down by 2 or 3 if they go for 2 and make it. Gosh, dang it. I don't know why. I don't know why they look so good the first quarter, and now they get the second quarter, and they don't look that good on defense. See, it just says they just showed it first 4 drives or first 2 drives got 40 yards. This one drive has already got 60 or 70 or something. They said.
Well, you can't stop them on every single drive, but.
Maddie said they're going to make me drink the orange Kool-Aid and be hyped for Thursday. Come on. Gee whiz, man. They're saying Hall is averaging 6.6 yards a carry. Here he goes again. Get him. God dang. All right, come on, guys. Second down. It's funny to look at Vance Joseph's play card, play sheet, and then you look at Sean Payton's, and Joseph's only about this big. Sean Payton's about that big. A lot more plays on the offense than on defense, it looks like. Get him. Uh-oh. First to goal. Dadgum at the 9-yard line. Crap. Oh, my gosh. Would you guys stop it? They're calling him. It's a first and goal for Gangrene. Come on, man. Really? They're 1-3, man. They're not that good. Please. Well, we don't call ourselves the Orange Crush at this point, do we? No.
But they got They got some skill players though. Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I know, but the freaking announcers, you can always tell when they slant to one side, and that ticks me off. They're supposed to be neutral, and it just frustrates me when they slant to one. Get him. Good. Yes. No game.
Way to go, Zach.
Beautiful. Beautiful. God, that guy looks tall, man. You know, it's funny. You look at these guys. You look at these guys with their uniforms and helmet and everything on, and they're all standing there. And you can't really tell how tall they are until you see Russell Wilson standing next to them. Then you're like, holy cow, those guys are tall. All right, come on. Second goal from the 10. Don't move, guys. All right. Get him. Oh, he's going outside. Get him. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, don't throw him. Ooh. He looked like he wanted to just slam him down. Thank goodness he let go. Because that would have been a massive penalty. That would have been a first and goal from the 5. It's great. Who's 0? I keep forgetting who 0 is.
Jonathan Cooper.
Oh, Cooper, yeah. It's like Cooper wanted to slam him, man. Wouldn't it be funny on the TV if all of a sudden they showed, Mike and Glenn in the stands for some reason? Like just panning around? That'd be funny. All right. Come on, get him. No good. Incomplete. No flag. Patrick Surtain again, buddy. Beautiful. And complete. Man. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Field goal time. Now it's going to be 10-8.
Yeah, Denver is just got to find some sort of way to milk a fair amount of clock and get a touchdown on this drive.
See, I'm telling you, in the month of October, where you have Halloween and you have all of these little spooky things. Look at this one. He said, just wait. Matty Mull said, just wait till they get to the red zone. They will stall. There you go, man. So between Matty Bowles and Kamani, I'm starting to wonder, man. Yeah,
I mean, Matty is pride and joy of Mainly Broncos podcast. So of course, he knows a thing or two about ball. So
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
But also, we know that like when Nathaniel Hackett is in the red zone, it always stalls. So I mean, hey.
Well, that's true. That is true. That's why we only scored 11 points against the 49ers, field goals, or 9 points on another time. Okay, want to answer this one? Kamani says, what do we all think on the Randy Gregory being traded out of Denver to 49ers?
It's unfortunate, and I think if there was any first on evidence that this is Sean Payton's team, this is it with Randy Gregory. Obviously, it was a very large contract to begin with, sort of comparable to in terms of a disgusting contract of Juwan James. But I mean, when you pay a guy that kind of money, you expect him to perform, and he didn't perform. And not to mention, as what we've seen this year, there were some effort issues that we had been seeing with Randy Gregory, and you absolutely have to be devastated knowing the fact that he should have performed. And when you don't perform, and when you are under Sean Payton, you need to perform. And in doing so, they shipped him off. Now, I will say from the trade side of things, they were at least able to get something out of him, which was basically, a 6th round draft pick for the 2024 year, which is massive. The fact that we're able to get some draft capital for the current upcoming years is big. And then of course, sending him off to a contender and sending him off to San Fran. So all in all, I thought it was good for both parties. They had to move on from him, and of course the emergence of Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper made Gregory expendable.
Yeah, well, we've seen what Cooper has done so far today, and Bonito. So, that's oh man, oh my gosh, are you guys serious? You know what they're just showing right now?
Well, I wouldn't.
They're showing Aaron Rodgers on there And they asked him about the comment that Sean Payton made about Hackett, and he said it was totally inappropriate and way out of line.
They're going to talk about it. They're going to talk about it because this is the first time you actually have the game between both of them. So they're of course going to talk about it.
But Aaron Rodgers isn't playing, so so I don't know. They're still talking about it.
It was the talk of the offseason. So
this is good. Oh. Let's see. Hang on a second. They were talking about the Jets center was saying that when we go to Denver for all those comments about Hackett, it's going to be payback time. And they asked Hackett what he thought of that. And he says, "Hey, if you're still up at 2:00 in the morning trying to figure out how to beat another team and wondering why you keep doing this, it's because you want to win games." He didn't address it directly, but he kind of did.
Well, and the thing is, back to the Sean Payton and Hackett stuff, there wasn't anything that Sean Payton said that was wrong, I don't think, by any means. And this is from a Broncos point of view. Was it something he should have said? Probably not. But I think that when you hear and see some of the players come out and do what they did, bucket hats and so on and so forth, I mean,
yeah, no, I agree. Wilson, watch it. Oh, he's gonna run against. Oh my gosh, he went down. Flag, beautiful late hit. Beautiful late hit. All right, now, we got a penalty coming up, but it's going to be against the Jets on Russell Wilson. You want to address this one? You think we ought to trade Jerry Jeudy? Kamani said, what about if we trade Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, so this is a huge test, these couple games. It could make or break whether or not they go on, I don't want to say a full rebuild or a small rebuild, but this is big. I think that Courtland Sutton, to me, is the bigger question mark about this in terms of shedding that contract. The fact that they picked up Judy's fifth-year option tells me they at least view him in the future plans. So, but it bears watching to be sure. I do not want to trade Jerry Jeudy, though.
No, I don't either. Absolutely not. I don't want any Bronco player that is wearing orange and blue to leave. And I mean, some of them, yeah. I mean, if it makes sense, like Gregory or, that kind of thing. But for the most part, I don't want too many men on the field. Too many men on the field. Oh, good. Flag did come in. I was going to say, come on. They didn't even throw a flag at first. Too many men on the field, and they hiked the ball. And at first, they didn't call it. And then the fans start booing, then they throw the flag. So maybe the fans influenced them. But, I kind of wonder. Do you think Russell Wilson, by doing what he's doing with running and being Russell Wilson of old, you think kind of somewhere in the back of his head, he's like, see, Nathaniel, we could have been doing this if you'd have just done it our way.
What I actually love as an irony thing is you're seeing Russ's legs be a determining factor, which we talked about earlier. That was the thing you never saw with Hackett and Russ last year. And so I kind of think that as far as the ironic thing to see there, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, I agree. I knew this could be a low-scoring game, or at least a close game. Beautiful. Get him. Get it. Oh, beautiful.
Way to go,
get out of bounds. That's what I was trying to say. Not get him, but get out of bounds. That was Jerry Jeudy. There you go. They just showed a play in the Philadelphia Rams game. And I don't agree with this. They should not allow they just showed Philadelphia lining up with everybody bunched in like they're going to do a kneel down. And then the big heavy guys behind the quarterback push the quarterback in the end zone when it's on the 1 yard line. I don't like that, because if you cannot jump up on the back of your own teammate, come on, Wilson, watch it. Oh my gosh, you got away. Throw it.
That's all right. I'm kind of glad that's incomplete.
Yeah. So anyways, going back to what I was saying, if you can't jump up on your own lineman to block a field goal, why is it okay to have 18 guys behind the quarterback pushing you in the end zone? I know it's not 18 guys. I know how many people are on the field, but you know what I'm saying? It's just, to me, it's not right. And they allow it. You know,
but at the end of the day, if they're not going to call it, then, I mean, you might as well continue to do it. And I mean, the Eagles are the standard. I mean, they are the one. I mean, you go back and you look at,
Oh, go, Jaleel!
oh, go, break it. Go down to
Let's
the
go!
24-yard line of the Jets. Beautiful. I'm telling you, man, I love this kid. A rookie has fire, man. He's got fire.
I have to credit Maddie on this because he said it on our podcast, but and I think we should probably trademark this, but he said Jaleel in the arms of an angel McLaughlin, right? Because that's the
yeah. Yep. I want to just welcome. I don't want to say it wrong. Let me pull it up.
It's Colin Lee. He writes with us at Prom the Orange.
Oh, okay. All right. That's great. The Eagles are the only team that can run it like that. Yeah, they may be the only team to be able to run it, but I just don't think it should be legal. That's all I'm saying. I just don't think it's right because you're using somebody else other than your own momentum. Now, I understand they do that in the open field where a guy's running and, but then it's different to me. It's totally different because they're lining up.
Did you see what they're doing right now? They just put his misspelled jersey on the screen.
Oh, I didn't see it. Is it still misspelled? Come on. Go. First down. Ooh, down to the 10. First and goal, baby. That was P. Ryan. You know what Mike calls him? You know what Mike calls P. Ryan? Pork Ryan.
He's big.
Yeah? I don't know where it came from.
Maddie, it's interesting. With the way that you see this game unfolding, it almost feels like you're bracing for the idea of a deep shot coming at some point.
Wow. Well, welcome in the house all the way from Germany. Hey, you can be a Jets fan. We welcome everybody in here. I think it's Tuhati. Glad to have you all the way from Germany. Wow, what time is it in Germany? It's got to be, I think they're 8 hours ahead, if I'm not mistaken. So if that's the case, it is 2:30 here. So that would be what? 10:30 in Germany. Wow. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it would be what, 10:30 or 11:30, one of the two. Pretty sure they're 8 hours. Pablo, what is happening, my friend? Pablo in the house. Glad to have you, Pablo. Hello, back to you. Glad to see you. Okay, here we go. Second goal from the 4. Pitch to McLaughlin. Nowhere. He actually lost 2 yards. Now it's third and goal from the 8. Dang it. We can't be settling for these stupid freaking field goals. We can't. 2-minute warning in the second quarter.
Well, I gotta say though, from they did what I wanted to. I said they got to be able to kill time. So obviously you don't want a field goal. I'm serious. Like, you obviously don't want a field goal. But from the many steps, I mean, in terms of the positive direction, wasting some of that clock, getting about a 5-minute to 6-minute drive right at that 2-minute warning was massive. So if they can be able to get that points and if they can stop the Jets before they get to half and they get the ball back. So for anybody that's a little bit late to watching this game, the Broncos deferred once again and kicked it away. So we get the ball at half.
Yeah. Tuhati says that the time difference kills him every Sunday because it's always an evening game for him. My question to Tuhati is this: how are you watching the game? Or obviously if you're watching us, you're not watching the game. So we do welcome you into the show for sure. Thank you so much for being in. Well, this is interesting. I have no idea what he's saying, but it's interesting. There you go. Tahati is all said in German. I'm half German, but I never learned German. Both of my sisters did. Both of my sisters learned German from my mom. I wanted to pick it up. I just couldn't grasp it. It just didn't stick with me, I guess. But anyways, glad to have you here.
I got to ask Tahati, with it being in Germany, how'd you become a Jets fan? Did you actually move there from New York, or was it something that just being in Germany, that was maybe one of the games that you were able to pick?
Maybe.
Or was it a game that you caught in Germany? Because it's the NFL abroad, so they do some games in Germany. So I got to ask Tahati how he became a Jets fan.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Big E says against the Jets, just take the points. I agree. You got to take the points, and we get the ball to start the third quarter. So, man, I wish I was there. Look at that. Look at that. Inside, I've been to Mile High Stadium, not for a game, but my wife and I went back there, Fort Collins, with some friends of ours in 2017, and my wife surprised me. I mentioned this before. Well, my wife surprised me with a tour of Mile High Stadium the following Monday after we played the Bengals, and it was almost Thanksgiving week. Well, there we go. Get in. Nope. Ooh, he got slammed down. That was Mims. 4th and goal. I say take the field goal, man.
To the Jets' credit, they are the top red zone defense. So, I mean, to the Jets' credit, they're playing up to par on that.
Yep. I don't know how to do a speaking shot. I don't know if we have one.
I really don't think we do, unfortunately. But if you can just do a little blurb, to Hadi about just really quickly, about how you came to be a Jets fan.
Uh-oh. Mims was walking off the field gingerly. That's not good. That's not good. All right. 13-8. That's not a big lead. That's only 5. But at least it's better than 2. In the first game of the season when we lost to the Raiders, when he missed 2 field goals and an extra point, I was calling him Klutz instead of Lutz. Ever since then, maybe he heard me. Maybe he watched that show. And he went, oh, man, I don't want to be called Klutz. So, obviously, he's been much better since week 1. I'm just saying. I like to think I had something to do with it.
I got to say, though, we really have to be critical here. The Broncos have been really bad in terms of the red zone offense. It was just really rough to see those opportunities that the Broncos had, and I'm really disappointed in it. I mean, the defense is obviously playing its part. We're able to get down there in the red zone, but I mean it's been underwhelming, and we got to be able to push the ball a little bit in the red zone. So I'm a little bit frustrated to see, with where things are with the offense in the red zone. You got to be able to try and at least throw a ball, or and that's not a Russ thing, but I feel like that's more of a schematical thing. Like you got to be able to, have some plays that are, and to be fair, maybe Russ is missing throws, right? Maybe Russ is missing throws, but you got to be able to, get some points up on there. And so I think it's really unfortunate right now. The Broncos are 13-8, Yeah. And the crazy thing is because the way the defense is playing, crazy we're actually saying this, but it's crazy that the defense is playing the way they are, because it actually feels like it's a lot bigger of a score than 13-8, and it's in favor of Denver there.
Yeah, true. Kamani's agreed with you. He says need to get a TD because in the second half we seem to fall apart. Clayton, nice to have you in the house. Please do, everybody out there, what Clayton suggests. He does it every single week. We love it. He says, smash that like button and share the channel, guys. I totally agree. Absolutely agree. Thanks, Clayton, for always having our back, man.
Yeah, Clayton is a real one.
Yep. Well, I appreciate everybody in the chat, and I appreciate our regulars. Avatar and Kamani and Ray and Big E and Clayton. I mean, they're all important, man. They're all important. Show wouldn't be as much fun if we couldn't interact with you guys, man. All right. See, this is what happens during the game. So Pablo wants to know how I think the Avalanche are going to do this season. I'm a little concerned. Reason why I'm concerned is because we lost some key players. I don't know if we're ever going to have Landeskog back. He's don't know about him. Valerie Nichushkin, I don't know about him. He had some off ice issues last year that really hurt the Avalanche, and it's all going to come down to goaltending. It's all going to come down to goaltending. I'm not really big on Gorgiev, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we can get a win on the 11th against the Kings in LA. And I'd love to go to that game, but I got to work the next day, so I won't be going to that. But I'll have more stuff to say as the season gets going. But right now, I'm a little apprehensive. Get him! Oh, come on! Oh my gosh! How did that under guy not jump? How did Patrick Surtain not jump?
Surtain didn't. It wasn't in his time.
Oh, it wasn't Surtain.
Oh, he tripped.
Oh, he stumbled. That's why he couldn't jump. He stumbled. Okay. I was like, what the heck? The ball was right over his head. All he had to do a jump. All right. We got a minute and 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Broncos ahead 13-8. Get it right. Get it. Oh, gosh. Cooper almost got it. Out of bounds. Good. Oof. Yeah. Oh, here we go. You want to put this up, Cam? Now you can read it. There you go. Tahadi says, I'm a Jets fan since 2017. I got a trip to New York as a gift from my parents. 2017, we flew to New York, saw 2 games against the Falcons and the Bills. Since this trip, I'm a big Jets fan, but sometimes I can't anymore. The pain every Sunday is very embarrassing. Yeah.
That's really cool, though.
That's a cool story. That is awesome. Well, a lot of people want to know how come I'm a Cubs fan. I'm a Cubs fan because I spent my 15th birthday in Wrigley Field, and that was impressive. So I can totally relate to that, what you're saying there, Tahadi. Totally relate to it. So awesome. I hope your Jets do well. Just unfortunately, obviously not in this game, but I would like to see the Jets do well. And a tragic beginning to the season when Aaron Rodgers went down. There was so many promises and hopes for the Jets fans. It just went right out the window, man. Unfortunately. Come on. Because I thought for sure at the beginning of the season, we were going to see an Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson matchup.
You know what the Aaron Rodgers injury really did is it gave me a flashback to the era with Peyton Manning of what could have been. And it's just crazy to think about how how things could have been different on a certain timeline.
Oh yeah.
So it's insane.
Yeah. Okay. Avatar is always the guru when it comes to correcting me. Bill Gorgiev was tied with Boston's goalie in wins, which was first place. Okay. All right. I would have to agree that. I guess it's because of some of the ways we lost when he was in net. And I know everybody can't be perfect, but I expect greatness from every one of my favorite teams. It doesn't always happen. Get him. First down. Oh, to the 33. 38 seconds left and counting. One timeout left for the Jets.
I can magically somehow hold them to a field goal here. That'd be great. Just still get the lead somehow.
Yep. Tahadi, yes, I did want to know how you watch football in Germany. Get him. Good. Yeah, how do you watch football in Germany? Do they televise it? Do they have like a Sunday ticket package for anybody in Germany? Or is it I don't know. I don't know how they do it. That's why I was asking. Because obviously I haven't lived anywhere outside the United States, so I wouldn't know how anything is watched there. Pablo, I think that to me that would be an easy question, or an easy answer, but nothing's ever easy in the NFL. I would say 49ers. They're undefeated. Cowboys they have a lot of issues. But then again, anything can happen. All you have to do is look at the Buffalo Bills losing today to Jacksonville. So anything can happen. All right, come on, stop them. It's 19 seconds left. They're at the Broncos 23-yard line. Get in there, get him. Oh, dang it, he caught it. Freaking A. 15 seconds left, and they're at the 14-yard line. We got to keep them out of the end zone. And why in heaven's name are we playing like prevent? This is not the way we played in the entire first half. Why are we playing like this? This is the thing that frustrates me about defenses. Defenses when you get late in the first half and late in the game, and you have a very slim lead. 5 points is not not insurmountable. Get him. Good. They tackled him in about 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh
my! Get it off. Oh, wait a minute. Are they saying that he did get it down?
No.
Good. That was a Hackett mistake again. Love it. Love it. Oh, my gosh. Couldn't happen to a better coach. Yep, 0. Yep, absolutely. Beautiful. Another Hackett mistake. I know, guys, I probably shouldn't be relishing. I can't help it, man. We are at the halftime. It is 13-8 Denver. And do you need to take a little break or anything, Cam, or you want to keep going?
No, I mean we can just do kind of maybe like a quick little halftime report. Okay. I mean,
good. You want to give some scores of the games?
Yeah. So we'll start first with the scores of the game and of the weekend. Looks like the Bengals are up on the Cardinals 17-14. Eagles are also up on the Rams 17-14. The Bengals and Cardinals are at halftime right now. The Vikings are actually with 9 seconds remaining. Chiefs do have the ball though. The Vikings are up 13-10. It also looks like Travis Kelce is limping to the locker room.
Of course, because that's where Taylor Swift is.
The Colts played the Tennessee Titans in a divisional matchup, and they won. However, one more time again, Anthony Richardson got hurt again, and it seems like it may be a really bad injury. And but Gardner Minshew looks like to be a fruitful signing for him, and but they definitely got the win. So certainly nice to see. Yeah. Lions are legit. They won 42-24 over the Panthers, and obviously the Panthers aren't having the greatest opening to their season, but 42-24. So those are some of the other games. In terms of just overall in the NFL right now, obviously the Cowboys and 49ers play, on Sunday Night Football. But as far as games that are currently going on, or did not finish, and I just didn't get to. Giants lost to the Dolphins 31-16. Dolphins offense may actually end up being maybe, and I know we're in week 5, maybe the closest thing already we've seen to maybe the greatest show on turf. And then the Steelers, we didn't touch on this one. The Steelers surprisingly beat the Baltimore Ravens. It was a pretty epic game. Yep. If you actually go out and get a chance to,
you got to see those highlights, man. That second half was incredible,
especially the last 3 minutes of that game. It was crazy. And the Saints clobbered Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. In fact, Derek Carr, 34-0, they shut him out.
That's back-to-back weeks that the Patriots lost. They lost to Dallas 35-0, his worst defeat ever, and they lost today 34-0, his second worst ever. So let me ask you before you continue on. Do you think the reason why the Patriots were that good is because of Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady?
Say that again. I missed it.
Do you think that the reason why the Patriots are so bad reason why the Patriots were so good for all those years was because of Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady.
I mean, Bill Belichick had a lot to do with that.
Well, Belichick's still there.
Right, but he also orchestrated it. He's still one of the greatest coaches we've ever seen. And, I think that if it was a Josh McDaniels thing, I mean, I think that there's a fair argument that, maybe the offense misses Josh McDaniels, but, still though, it's just unfortunate, with the way that for a Patriots side of things to kind of see things unfold with it is with Bill Belichick, because you're talking about a guy that is maybe one of the greatest coaches of all time, but if we're looking at it objectively, is also on the hot seat. And whoever had Bill Belichick on the hot seat, in this season is, kudos to them, because I didn't necessarily see, them putting, Belichick on the hot seat. And frankly, for all the Caleb Williams talk, to have the Patriots be in the discussion for Caleb Williams possibly in that number 1 overall pick and, through week 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if Belichick would be, there for a Caleb Williams draft pick, because obviously if you have a season that bad, the fans, especially Boston fans and New England fans, will pressure you so much that you have to do the unthinkable, and that's fire Belichick. So
yeah, that'd be tough. It'd be like the Broncos getting rid of Elway. Big E. This goes back to last week. So last week, first off, let me throw something. Big E says, Bill, you got to hold your pee until the fourth quarter. Well, that goes back to last week. And then he follows it up, and I'll tell you why. It says, you do not want to do anything no different than you did last week. Hold the pee. Okay, it goes back because it was fourth quarter. We were trailing or tied. We were tied, I believe. Yeah, we're tied. Broncos had the ball. I said, golly, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. And so I said, okay. And then Mike goes, okay, change the fit. Go, because we haven't been doing anything. We're tied, but we haven't been doing anything. We'll go. So I went. And then I came back, and then we got the winning field goal. So that's why Big E was saying you got to hold it till the fourth quarter because we don't change anything.
Did you have a chance to see Dumb and Dumber, Bill?
No, I didn't.
So my answer to that is it would be great if you basically reenacted the scene from Dumb and Dumber. You basically you get basically a Mountain Dew jar, and you just you pee in the Mountain Dew jar, so that way you're not leaving, but
yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because I said, well, I could grab my water bottle or something, and then of course that went a whole different direction, and then I said, do I turn my back? I said, do I stand up? Mike said, don't stand up. It just went in a completely weird direction, but that's what happens when Mundungus Creevy is on the show. Sometimes it just gets twisted. Did you want to read this, Avatar, or no?
Yeah, so it was definitely great to see Nebraska get their dub against Illinois. The first half was bananas. It was great to see. Great to see them pull out with a win. And but I tell you, the second half was brutal. And my dad and I probably spent a good 20 minutes talking about the game afterwards. But it was a brutal second half because you had actually, to put it bluntly, you had a offense that was the Broncos from last week. Like, you had critical false starts on third and shorts, just critical downs. The undiscipline was there. And if you were to tell me that they had so many red zone opportunities and they don't convert it into, into touchdowns, I would have laughed at you. And so it was just crazy that Nebraska had so many red zone opportunities in terms of starting drives, and they never even put touchdowns and points up on the board. It was crazy. I'll take the W though, and it was gritty and it was ugly, but I'll take the dub.
So I just saw something flash up on the screen, so I'm going to ask you your impression of this. They just flashed up there that Hall of the Jets has 9 carries for 59 yards, but McLaughlin has 5 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. You mentioned during the show today that Hall is a beast. How do you compare McLaughlin to what Hall's done on 4 less carries?
They're different backs. They're completely different backs. Brees Hall is just the more complete back, and that's not a knock on McLaughlin, but like, when we talk about a complete running back, we're talking about a back that is, a guy that can pass block, a guy that can take it out of the backfield as a receiver, but also run between the tackles and outside the tackles. And, and to see what
McLaughlin can do that.
He needs to show a propensity to be a solid pass blocker. I think that's what's really going to separate him to really be, a true difference maker in terms of like, if we're going to label him a star, he's got to be able to, be that consistent pass blocker, especially in the vein of Javonte Williams and Samaje Perine are excellent pass blockers. Mm-hmm. And so I think if you want to make the case of moving on from Javonte and the running back position being such an easy position to move away from, you need to see some more consistent signs from the pass blocking side of things with McLaughlin to possibly move on from him. That said, though,
why would you want to move on from Williams? Isn't that a 1-2 punch?
It is definitely a 1-2 punch, but I just think that it's also, one where it's a replaceable position, and you don't want to pile on the guy, sadly, but like he also coming off the injury, he looks like he's not the same, which is one of the reasons why you want him to heal up and heal up.
Well, that was a hip flexor that he got last week.
Still, though, you want him to be able to heal up. That's why I was okay with them not activating him for this game. But, but overall, I'm not trying to diminish McLaughlin by any means, but, because like you still need to be able to show and get him the ball and, get him some touches, get him in space. Because when he's in space, he's an electric running back. I mean, we obviously had seen what he can be able to do in space, and so I would agree. My biggest fear is if you get rid of a quality player, I don't care whether it's a running back or wide receiver or offensive line, whatever it is, whatever the position is, you are one injury away from not having a quality person to fill in. And that's why I want to keep a Williams and a McLaughlin and a Perine. Because if one of those were to go down, which obviously Williams is, you've got McLaughlin stepping right in. You get rid of Williams and McLaughlin go down, then what? Well, I'm not saying now.
Right. No, I know that. I'm just saying at any time, I don't want that. You've got to have
but also by that same token, like you can't keep everybody. As much as we love that, the sports has always shown, this is not an NFL thing, this is a sports thing. And the sports has always taught us that it's really hard to, see players be with one team for their entire career. Not to use the Rockies as an example. This is the only Rockies thing we'll ever even, talk about. But like, it's one of the reasons why
that's cold, dude.
but like, it's. I mean, if you look at it from the Rockies' perspective, it's one of the reasons why you appreciate guys like Todd Helton so much. I think you're starting to see a little bit maybe with. Charlie Blackmon, maybe he's seeing the light at the end of the tunnel in terms of retirement. And so when he signed that 1 year, $13 million deal. Yeah. So I think that, it's.
And you're right. You don't see it all that often anymore. John Elway is a good example. Terrell Davis is a good example, but we didn't see it with Rod Smith. He left and went, or not Rod Smith, Shannon Sharp. He went to Baltimore and then came back. So you're right. It's very difficult to have. It was more prevalent back in yesteryear than it is for today. And I think a lot of it has to do, and I could be wrong, correct me, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're chasing money. And there's nothing wrong with that if somebody's going to pay you for what you're worth. But I think that there is a tremendous amount of appreciation and respect and loyalty to stay with one team. Doesn't happen much anymore, but I'm glad Elway stayed. I'm glad Terrell Davis stayed. It's just to me, it shows the loyalty to the team and the organization and the owner.
Yeah, absolutely. And but I will say what is so great sometimes is to see players who leave a situation, that still have the admiration that they do for previous franchise guys like Von Miller, especially. So Von Miller leaves, and you just know he still bleeds Oregon blue.
Sure he does. He talks about us. He says us all the time.
Yeah, Peyton Manning is another prime example. I mean,
yep.
I would.
He loves Denver.
Speaking of Peyton, man, I would have loved to have seen his reaction for this blunder by Nathaniel Hackett to end the half.
I know. All right, ball's been kicked off. Is at the beginning of the third quarter.
You want to
get the ball at the 25-yard line.
You want a crazy Denver defense statistic?
What's that?
They didn't convert the Jets didn't convert a single third down in that game in the first half.
Wow, really? Oh, they just said it right now on my earbud. Wow. So, that's how he's watching the game. Okay, he says for years they had a game pass in Germany, but since this year, Dazn, I don't know how you pronounce it, has bought out the streaming rights. Now, I don't know what 180 euros would be in American dollars, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be close to, $100-something dollars. Wow, they don't have Game Pass anymore. That's a bummer, man. That was from Tahati, by the way, in Germany. That's a bummer. That's a bummer, man. But Spence says that a rocky situation due to the horrible GM. And I know you would agree with that.
It's an argument for sure.
Oh, wow. 180 euros are about $180 in Germany. Okay. We're relatively even. Okay, that's good. Wow, $180 though. But hey, if you get all the games, they're $190. Now he corrected it to $190. Wow. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm glad you're with us. Now that he's 8 hours ahead, it's going to be 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, it's time starting the second half. Wow.
Actually, I think it's midnight.
That'd be 8 hours. I thought they're 8.
Yeah.
Or did he say 9? I didn't catch it. I can always look it up if I wanted to know exactly, but in any case, it's late. It's late Sunday night, unfortunately for him. All right, here we go. It's 3rd and 7. Denver's ball, their own 24 or 27. Watch it. Oh, he got away again. Wilson, watch your back.
3 and out.
Nope, couldn't run it. The defense of the Jets made adjustments. The defense of the Jets have made adjustments, no doubt.
It's hard to say on the first drive, but coming out of half,
so?
but Cushenberry really badly missed a block on that.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Russell was running for his life. Cincinnati's leading Arizona 24-20. All right. There comes the first. Was that the first punt for the Broncos or second? No, they had that. They had the punt on that safety. So, talking about what Sean Payton's thought of the first half was. Uh-oh. DJ Jones is questionable for the remainder of the game. That's not good. Oh, there you go. You guessed it. They're 9 hours ahead. It says, yeah, we have 12 p.m. 12 p.m. You meant a.m. Germany is 8 hours ahead of Denver and 9 hours ahead of California. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's 8 hours ahead of Denver. So it is midnight.
Oh, wow.
Come on, get him. Oh, my gosh. He's gone. He's gone. Jets touchdown. 20. No, actually, I'm sorry. It's going to be 15-13. Unless they go for 2. Doggone it. 72-yard touchdown run. Unfreaking believable by Hall. Well, now he's just averaging more than. Wow. Patrick Surtain just got blown past. He had no chance.
Yeah, that
Man. Wow.
thing is though, that had been. You hate to say that that had been there, but I mean, with the way that Breece Hall was running the ball, it felt like it had been that way for.
Now they're going for 1. Not going to take a chance. They'll only be up by 2. So it's 15-13. 15-13 Jets. Dang it. I kind of like the way you do it, Cam, because Mike always keeps, if the Broncos are home, he always keeps them on the right, regardless of the score. And if they lose, if they're on the road, he always keeps them on the left, regardless of the score. So I kind of like this where you flip it back and forth. That's pretty cool. You'll have to put a bug in his ear.
Yeah.
Say, come on, do it the right way.
It's just one of those things like you rather read the winning score, first before you read the losing score. Plus, like to me, it just looks weird when I see a losing score first versus the winning score.
Because then when you say it, it sounds weird. The score's 13 and you're expecting, something less, right? Like 13-10 or whatever. And then you go 13-15. I'm like, why do you do it like that? Yeah. Big E says Denver goes 3 and out in the first possession he meant. And then Brees Hall takes it to the house. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I hate to say this, but Kamani was dead on. Let me scroll back, make sure I say it correctly. Let's see, where's it at? I might need to find it somewhere.
You're saying the 27-17?
No. Where Kamani said we need to get a touchdown, not a field goal, because we always seem to, I can't find it right, but because the Broncos always seem to fade or to fall back, or however he said it, in the second half. There you go.
He's right.
He's right. And I don't know what the answer. It was different. And I said this in Broncos neighborhoods previous, and I'll continue to say it because it's obviously evident. When the Broncos were leading against Washington, big time, what happened in the second half? Collapse. But when the Broncos were trailing against the Bears at halftime, what happened? We came out on fire. In my opinion, it's because the Broncos don't make changes if they're leading when they go into the locker room. They don't adjust. They're like, okay, we're up. We got things going our way. Let's just keep it status quo.
Yeah.
The Jets changed. Washington changed. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of those things, unfortunately, that when you peel back the curtain, it's just like it's just bad. I mean, from everything from the red zone offense, which you got to be able to convert when you're in the red zone, to no downfield passing. The lack of downfield passing in this game is super, super puzzling. And
they do it. They do have a good defense in their secondary. I know that they're missing their corner and their safety, but they sure have quality backups. Well, not only that, but Russell Wilson has been under pressure the entire game. It's awful hard to look downfield when you're running, to save your freaking keister, your life.
It seems like he's been under pressure, but the way that he scrambles, so I think for the most part, it seems like maybe he's been clean, but I think there's a few times where, so.
Hey, Tahiti, that's one thing I cannot get into is soccer. It says American football is, after soccer, the most watched sport in Germany. Well, it's pretty cool. I just can't get into it because of the lack of scoring. That's the thing that the talent to be able to run like forever and not pass out of exhaustion is mind blowing. Because in football, you have
critical holding penalty just now.
God dang it, Bowles, you idiot! Garrett Bowles. I would not mind if we traded that guy. Tell you the truth, and I know we probably don't have a quality, but he is horrible. He's always doing penalties, or he's missing blocks or something.
That's
just. Oh yeah, he held him right there. He has got him.
I don't know. That kind of looked like a rather ticky-tack call to me.
You think so? I could see a jersey being pulled. I don't know. 1st and 20 at the Bronco 15. P. Ryan to the 23. Going back to holding my peace. See, we were trailing last time against the Bears. Now I can't go.
Yeah,
and I need to, but not so much. I need to, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I got to go with it. I got to go with the whole thing. I got to wait till the fourth quarter, and about like 3 minutes left or something like that. I think that's what it was. 3 or 4 minutes left. Oh no! See how he can't. Oh man. Dang it. Now it's 4th down. We got to punt again.
And it's 3rd and 12.
Oh, 3rd. My fault.
Or 3rd and 13 or 3rd and 14. That was close to a face mask.
Ooh, you got him around the neck right here. Yeah, it was close. but he did get under the helmet on the back of the neck. I'm starting to think this orange rush jerseys are not winnable jerseys. We don't seem to win when we wear these jerseys or this uniform.
It looks bad when you're losing.
Yeah,
it looks
does
better
look
when
bad.
you're winning.
That's true. Get rid of it. Oh my gosh. Another 3 and out.
That might have been
Our defense is getting gassed, guys. Our defense is going to get gassed. We keep this up. See, that's Cortland Sutton. So where's he at? He's on the sideline. How did he not? Oh man, he just either the ball came out late, which it did. All right, get him. Punt return. Ooh, fumble. Oh, they got it. Doggone Jets got it. Crap. Doggone it. It's the Jets got it. I saw him grab it. Jay West. At the 49-yard line of Denver. Oh, my gosh. 49-yard line of Denver. Wow. This is not good, guys. This is not good. This is going south real quick. Oh, my gosh. So we definitely cannot give up a touchdown. I mean, they're at the Bronco 49. They got half the field to go. Oh, my gosh. We got to hold them. We got to get a turnover. Kamani, I was trying to blame it on something else besides poor play. Kamani says, it's not the uniform. We just played bad in the second half. And like I said, Kamani, I have a really gut feeling that it's because the Broncos don't make adjustments. Put it this way. If you're playing well or at least leading, you think, okay, we just keep things going the way we're going. Well, the other team makes adjustments and looks at film and says, hey, we need to change this or that. I don't know. That's the only thing I put my finger on.
And I hate to say this, but Cortland Sutton needs to show more effort on that play.
Oh, sure. He needs to come back to the ball. See, Kamani agrees with me. He goes, I agree with you.
I hate to say it, but it's like on a play like that, it looked like he was walking in slow motion back to the ball, but it's like, you have to show far more urgency on something like that. And plus, you had Sauce Gardner, breathing down your neck,
Mm-hmm.
and he easily could have picked that ball off. Picked the ball off, and obviously he didn't, but I mean, they obviously, not to bring it back full circle on this, but the Broncos are thinking about moving on from you. Yeah, I hate to say it, but those are the kinds of plays that ring in a general manager or a coach's mind, possibly maybe that's why they want to move on from a guy like Son.
Now they're showing on TV the 1998 AFC Championship game with the Jets. That game was incredible. Any of you guys ever get a chance to go on YouTube and watch that 1998 AFC Championship game between the Broncos and Jets, where the Broncos won at 23-10? That was a great game. Obviously, it's not today's score. So, well, I don't think the Jets are going to get 20 or get 17 unless they get safety, then they can get 17. But the Kamani score was 27-17. And we could still get 27, but the Jets will need a safety to get 17, which I don't wish. That's for sure. All right. Now, I don't know if anybody out there is watching or whatever, but the coaches all have this like multicolored hats, like pink and green and yellow and blue. And I don't know if that is for the LGBTQ thing or whatever it is, or cancer, because I know that there's also a thing on there on the sideline that says stop cancer. So is that a cancer thing, do you think, Cam, or is that a mixture of the two?
What you're talking about the hat that like Nathaniel was wearing and stuff.
Yeah, like they have on the sidelines for the coaches. What's the name's wearing it too? Not Sean Payton, but some of the Bronco coaches are wearing it. I'm just wondering now. See, on the and they have the kind of the same thing on the goalpost, which I'm just curious. Get him! Oh, come on! Are you open? You got to be kidding me! Oh my gosh, this is looking like last freaking week. Dang it! Do I need to play this? Do I need to play this right now or not? Should I hold back or should I say this? I'm going to play it anyways because maybe it'll change things.
Oh, no! We suck again!
God dang. Or maybe I need to play this. I'll play this. Maybe it'll make me feel Not so much. No. Not so much.
At least from the Broncos defense under Vance Joseph, yes, they do suck again.
Mm-hmm.
They played so well, and
that's what I'm saying. Chiefs touchdown against. Now it's 20-13. Come on, Minnesota. Come on. Dang it. All right, 9 minutes left and counting in the third quarter. Denver trails 15-13. Jets ball on the Broncos. What? Broncos 22-yard line. Come on, get him. Good. Now it's 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5. But they're in field goal range. So that's where we want to keep them. We want to keep them in the field goal range because that means we're down by 5. And it will be a flip script. Because you remember the Broncos were ahead 10-5. This will make it a flip script where the Broncos would be down by 5. Oh my gosh. This game's driving me nuts. Hey, get that Jet fan out of the stands, man. He's a big boy. I wouldn't want to mess with that guy. All right, here we go. Come on, 3rd and 5. Oh, wide open again. Gee whiz, get him. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. This Denver defense is absolutely getting gassed. They're not covering anybody. That should have been a pick play. That should have been an absolute pick play. You cannot have a wide receiver run down the field and start blocking. It's a pass play. You cannot do that. That should have been pass interference because you can't do it. That happened to Denver earlier in the game, and again against Washington's game or something. Or get him. Oh my gosh, these referees suck.
I'll have to see another angle of it, but from the initial angle,
he's running down the field and he's going like this, putting his hands out, blocking. Come on, Joseph, figure it out, would you, please? Gee. Oh my gosh, it's driving me nuts. Oh God. Another handoff at the 5. Oh, they stuffed him at the 5. Good. They got to knock that guy out of the game. They got to hit him so hard he doesn't know what planet he's on. Who's hurt? Somebody hurt? Uh-oh. He's the one that hit him. That's Mathis. He's the one that hit Hall. And he's getting up slowly. Come on, 3rd and goal from the 5. You've got to stop him. Yeah, 3rd down conversions. You said it at the halftime. They were 0-5. Since then, they're 2 for 2. Come on. Get him. They sacked him. Yes. Oh, and somebody down. Oh, no, he just taking a restful nap.
actually, ball came out.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, it did. Who got it? Oh, the Jets. Dadgummit. Oh, that's what it was. I thought he was injured at first. Oh, he's laying right on the Bronco's stomach, and he's rolling over with Zach Wilson and didn't realize it. All right, here we go. 15-13 Jets. Field goal try. And he got it. It is 17-13. Excuse me, 18-13 Jets. And this is exactly the same score that was earlier in the day. I forget who had 18, who had 13. It couldn't have been Pittsburgh and Baltimore because Baltimore ended up with 20, I thought. Somebody had 18-13, I thought.
Like as a game?
Yeah, it was during the game. I think it was like it was the third quarter, second quarter, something like that. I have to go back and look at some of the stats, you know.
Well, because there's a Texas Falcons game that was 21-19.
No, 21-18.
I saw.
Was 20... it? Oh no, I'm sorry, 21-19. You're right. It was 19. Yeah, that was 21-19. Yeah, that one at one point was 19-18. It's been some weird scores today. You know, progressive scores, but there've been two safeties. Pittsburgh got a safety on the Ravens, and Jets got a safety on the Broncos. So
you hope so.
It's been weird. It's been a weird day.
You certainly hope that the Broncos can take the lead here. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Oh, do you agree with this? Kamani says, I still say Vance has to go.
You know, one half doesn't do you justice in terms of getting you off the hot seat, you know, and one half, should I say, of what you saw against the New York Jets is not good enough to, you know, take you off the hot seat. So the thing that I've been kind of towing with is, you know, when you see all those different, you know, scuffles on the sideline with Sean Payton and Vance Joseph, it's what is the real status of Vance Joseph on this team? I know that it doesn't necessarily make all the sense in the world to move on from Vance during the season. And the more it lingers, it better, you know, suits Vance to stay during, you know, till, you know, throughout the season. But I mean, again, like, you do have to say enough is enough. Now, I think that's just where it opens up the Pandora's box, you know, of that's the problem the Broncos find themselves in with this defense is it's not only a Vance Joseph problem, but you see a lot of effort on the field.
Yeah.
That's not there on the defensive side of the ball. And so
I'd have to agree with Spence on this one. He says, will the real Zach Wilson please come into the game and start screwing up?
Hope so.
I agree. But you know what? We go back to what we were saying prior to the game starting, Cam, you and I. We were saying that you even said that this game scares you. And I was saying that they're coming in because of all the bulletin board material. So that doesn't surprise me that the Broncos are down. What does surprise me is how come they're down because of the mistakes. That's what surprises me because we didn't see that in the first half. Well, we saw it the very first punt, but we haven't seen it since until like Kamani said, the second half of the game. And that's our Achilles hit. That's our Achilles tendon, Achilles heel. There you go, Spence. 18-13. All right, Denver. 5 minutes left. 5:16 left in the third quarter. We need a scoring drive here. Absolutely need a scoring drive. It's a good run. That's a good run. A gain of 4, maybe 5. More like 4. Okay. Kamani and everybody out there, I'm throwing this out. If Denver goes 3 and out, guess where I'm going? Yep. I'm going to go take that potty break. because I'm trying to change things up, man. Trying to change things up. It worked last week. Hey, you know, I don't really think I'm a superstitious guy, but if something ain't working, then you got to change it, you know? Wilson, get out of there. Get rid of it. Holy crap. My gosh, this guy's going to drive me freaking insane. Oh, man.
That's not on Wilson. That's not on Russ, Bill.
I know it's on the offensive line, but my gosh, man. But again, and they're saying there that nothing was open, so they had to run out of pocket, Spence, I wasn't really going to go there. But if you're saying, hey, with you got to go to the liquor store, hey, whatever changes, come on. I plan to. If we're 3 and out, I'm leaving. Oh, he just got sacked. Oh my gosh. Guess what? When we go to commercial break, which is going to be after this punt, because it's like 4th in about 9 years, I'm going to be heading there. Yep, I agree. Big E Bronco, 3 straight times, 3 and out. Yep, absolutely. And guess what number Russell Wilson wears? 3. Maybe he should change his number to 10, so he can get 10 yards every.
Hey!
Oh, Denver's got it. Yes, we do, baby. Yes, we do.
There's the bounce we need.
Yes. Okay, I'm holding off. Cam, you're never going to come back on this show again going, this freaking guy is nuts, man. You're going to tell Mike.
I'm more worried about your bladder than anything.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine, really. Well, that was huge, man. That was huge. Wow. Who's number 1?
Tremont Smith.
Oh, that's right. Tremont Smith. That's right. I lose track of who's who with the number changes, It took me a while to get used to Patrick Surtain wearing number 2. He should have wore number 1 because he's the number 1 corner. But, God, look at that stadium. That scoreboard is huge, dude. They just showed a flash of that score. Thing's massive. Denver's ball on the Jets' 39-yard line. Handoff. Nowhere. Loss of 2 yards. Doggone it. Come on. Come on. See how the thing turns every now and then? Come on, I said, just let it go on yourself. We won't know. I will. Yeah, you will. Because we go, oh, God. Yeah, nope. No. Can't do that. Wow, look how tall these guys are compared to the coaches, man. The coaches are probably not short. But, man. All right. Oh, that's what's the name? That's their safety, right? Or corner? Gardner? All right, come on. Come on, Denver. 2nd and 10. Come on. Oh, he did get back to the line of scrimmage. Okay. Wow, the Jets' last 10 plays is -6 yards. Flea flick. Oh, no! He fumbled. The Jets got it. Oh, my gosh.
Been a really tough day for Mims.
Oh, my. Okay, that's it. I'll be right back, guys. Hang on.
Really frustrating. Hopefully the Broncos can do something right. Defense is just not serious right now. Hopefully they can, I don't know, get another turnover of their own. And plus, like, Zach Wilson also, man, like, the bounces are going his way right now in terms of those turnovers. So hopefully we get a turnover that is, heads back our way. But on terms of the Zach Wilson stuff, but oh man, it's also a rough day for Marvin Mims. I think if you want to kind of like nitpick it a little bit, the way that P.
I
Ryan,
hope Bill comes back. Come on.
the way that P. Ryan did the toss to Marvin could have been a little bit better. But
why are we doing Hackett type of stupid ass plays? Why are we doing that when we're in scoring position? Why are we why are we doing stupid things like that? You don't need to do trickery against the Jets. My gosh, man. Just
maybe it's and maybe it's it's a case of it's nerves for Marvin. I mean, again, they're definitely human, but it is so frustrating to see.
No pun intended, but now we just pissed away our chance to score. So I hope I change things around. God, just so frustrating. I should probably text Mike and say, hey, can you leave the stadium? Because every time you're there, something bad happens. Look at that beautiful horse on there. South, that's facing south. That's the south stands area. Man, that stadium is jam-packed. Jam-packed. Yep, second turnover a day. Yep. That was P. Ryan. That was P. Ryan that threw that ball. That wasn't Mims. Mims missed it, but that was P. Ryan that tossed it.
Well, that's why I'm saying. I said P. Ryan. If you were to kind of critique it a little bit,
Ooh. Was it?
P. Ryan should not have done what he did. I don't know.
And now the Jets are at their own. Now they're at the Broncos 47. Broncos 47-yard. 3 minutes and counting left in the third quarter. This is not looking good, guys. We're down by 5. We cannot give up a touchdown. Period. Wow. The Jets' first 4 drives was 20 total yards. Their last 4 drives, 246. I'm telling you, the defense is gassed. I don't know why. They're gassed. I don't get it. Oh my gosh. First down. Hey, Big E, it's okay. You can comment. We want to know what's happening. At least I do, because I can either get more pissed off or more happy. So it's okay. It's all good. No, I can just see it in your face, man, when you read my comments. It's okay. It's all good, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
It is what it is. I can't change the score. I'm not playing. Well, I'd get killed if I was playing. Hey, Barefoot Brothers Drive. Hey, haven't seen you ever before in the chat. Glad to see you, and glad that you're in the house. Thanks so much. How you doing, man? Glad to have you. Always. This isn't looking good at all. They're moving down there like it's going to end up being a 13-point lead.
Which could be dagger at that point. You don't want to.
12 point, I mean.
Which, I mean, you don't want to say curtains at this point, but I mean, if they go up by 2 scores, I mean.
I'm going to blame Mike because he's at the game. I'm going to text him at the game and say, hey, it's your fault. You're there. You better not go to the Vikings game, which he wants to do too. Oh, good. Somebody got hurt for the Jets. Good.
Why are you cheering an injury?
I know. Mike asked me that before, and I tell him it's not because I want his career ended or his season ended. I just want him not to be in the game so we can come back and win it.
But but the thing is, like, when you clap your hands and you do that, like, it does sort of mean you're celebrating an injury.
I'm not celebrating it. Okay, if he had the flu or a headache, I mean, I'm not saying I want his arm broken or his leg.
I know, but like, it's the layers of it. Like when you do clap your hands, you high five. It does.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But no, it's like I always say, I don't want the guy's career ended or anything like that. I just don't want him in the game because we're losing. And if more of their key players are not in the game, maybe it gives us a chance. You know? Just saying.
No, it's cool.
Look at this. Breaking news. Kamani fires Vance Joseph Monday morning. Kamani, I will be on that bandwagon. I'll be on that train with you, man. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, you guys. I would have to agree. You're right. I have to agree. Spence says he has to agree with you, Cam. Celebrating an injury is not good karma. You're right. I'll revert back to not being Hitman Bill. I'll just be Bill. How's that? Bronco Bill. How's that? I'll revert back. Because you're right. I mean, we could have one of our key guys go down, and then I'm all pissed off. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, right. And then we would have Johadi going, yay! Like, no, I don't want that happen. Not that you would, Tahadi. I'm just saying.
Jets are having so many rough injuries, and we can't do anything about it.
I know.
Like, even before the game, they were down 2 corners. Even like Sauce was starting, and down 2 corners, and we apparently can't even move the ball.
No. Okay, so how about what Kamani says? No more excuses for Joseph. That's why he wants him gone. I would have to agree. We have the same players in there we had in the first half. Not one single defensive player. So why would you change things or not change things depending on the scheme? Why would you not change?
Well, and I'm not trying to make excuses for Joseph. It's just you really don't see a firing of a defensive coordinator, especially because it's a schematic thing.
Well, I get that. I know that. Get him. Oh, get him outside. Oh, my gosh. Good hit by Sertan. This is not going well at all. Are we in the fourth quarter yet?
We might here soon.
Let's see. 18 seconds. So, now, why is the clock still running when the ball went out of bounds?
I'll take it. It's the end of the fourth.
Well, it's the end of the third, but no, I don't. I want more time on our clock. We need all the time in the world we can get. Oh my gosh. We cannot score more than 13 freaking points. Okay. Oh man, I'm getting slammed today, man. Big E Bronco says karma's a biatch. I never clap when somebody gets hurt. Okay, I get it. Okay, I promise you guys I will not do that again. All right? Cam has put me in my place, and you guys are backing him, so I'm cool with it. It's all good. So when Madugas Creamy gets back and somebody shouts out Hitman Bill, I'm going to say, no, can't go there. I've been reduced to not doing that anymore. Wow. Look at Kamani is fired up. We might have to shake up the defense to bench some players too. I am pissed off. Wow. I agree, Kamani. I am too. And I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know what to say other than Joseph. To me, Joseph should never have been a defensive coordinator. Ever. I mean, we saw what he was as a head coach. And when you're a head coach, you take on more responsibilities. But yet he was a defensive-minded head coach, and we sucked. So it's just one of those things where I didn't want him. I did not want him. I wanted to keep Evero, but obviously Evero wanted to go be a head coach, which is fine. That's totally fine.
It's not really that he wanted to be a head coach. It was just he just kind of stuck his neck out for Hackett, and I definitely respect the friendship, But I mean, and so I think unfortunately it just wasn't going to work out. I think all Bronco fans wanted Evero to stay,
Yeah, true. All right, Spence makes it more understandable. It goes, Spence says, let's be honest. Internally, we are happy that someone is injured and out of the game, but externally, we have to support all these guys who participate in this brutal sport for our joy. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that put everything in perspective. So from now on, no more clapping. Can I do this? Hey, Spence, can I do this? Can I just smile?
Exactly.
Can I just do that?
You know,
I'm not going to clap. I promise I won't do that.
but I think it's also important to understand that, like, when you are in the business, of really helping out, an organization going forward in terms of your standard, you need to make sure that you prove that this is your team going forward. And I'm not trying to say that the Broncos are punting this season by any means, because they're not. But I'm just saying that, like, the first year under Sean Payton was proof that it was going to take time. Like, it's going to take time to get to where we need to be, as a team. So, I mean, and again, that's, if you will, that's somewhat eating crow for maybe myself or any other Bronco fan that felt like maybe that there was a chance that you were going to see some sort of resurgence, right? And so I think that when you look at it from the standpoint of what the Broncos are going to be, be looking for, yeah, it absolutely is one of those things. Like, you hope that Sean Payton can write this, and I got to say, from a Sean Payton perspective, if you were to put yourself in his shoes, I like the fact that we're having this rough of a time in a first season, because this, again, it allows Payton to realize who the pretenders and contenders are, for this team, and who you need to move on from.
Oh, Connor McGovern, former Bronco, called for holding. Good. No, I would agree with you, Cam. I just don't like losing. We've lost 6 years in a row, man. We haven't had a winning season since, I don't know, 2015, 2014, something like that. 2015, the Super Bowl. But yeah, it's just, I'm tired of losing, man, especially to a freaking Jets team that I can't stand Hackett. Oh my gosh, right in his freaking hands. Oh, Cooper. I know it was low, but oh my gosh, you got to dive for that. Just don't reach down. Oh my gosh, that was right there, right in his freaking. Oh, it's deflected too.
Almost another Cooper scooper.
Cooper scooper, yeah, it was deflected, and at his ankle. Oh man, he needed to dive for that. I agree, Big E. He needs to pick that off, no doubt about it. All right, we're at the 21-yard line. It is second 20. Flag down. It's going to be offsides Denver. Offsides Denver. Yep, it's against Denver. I saw it right on the bottom of the screen. Freaking A. Number 0. Come on, Cooper. God dang it. This is what pisses me off, Cam. And tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't think I am. But when you're on defense or offense or whatever you're on, if you're on offense, you know the freaking play count, right? You know when the snap's going to happen. You don't need to freaking move. On defense, you're watching the ball. Watch the freaking ball when you're on the line. There's no need to jump. None whatsoever. Get him.
Well, to kind of clap back a little bit, though, that's what made Von Miller so good, Bill. Was his idea.
He timed it. He knew.
Right, but he still had huge offensive science penalties, but that's in large part about jumping a snap and timing a snap count. So it's just like, when you see pass rushers, the one that's rough in terms of the offside stuff is when, you're set and then a defensive lineman or whatever jumps, like a pop back or whatever. Like, that's when it's rough. So
all right, fourth and 3. You go for it. Alex, I agree. Alex Smith says, it ain't right talking about me cheering and clapping when someone gets injured. It ain't right, and there might be children watching. Great point. I have grandkids. I have a 11-year-old grandson, a 6-year-old granddaughter, and you're right. Okay, so as of today, right now, on the Broncos neighborhood with Cam, put me in my place, and everybody else in the chat, that Hitman bill is done. All right? It's done. It is now 21-13. So Denver's down by 8. That means a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Yeah, I would agree, Spence. Thanks a lot. Okay, good point, Bob. I agree. Not going to happen again. Okay. All right. Well, me going to the bathroom in the third quarter didn't help out because now we're down by 3
No.
or 8. I mean, but anyway.
Well, maybe the Broncos, if they go down and score and they get their touchdown and they go for 2, maybe if Sauce Gardner's in the game and he's actually holding Jerry Jeudy or he's holding Cortland Sutton, we can actually get a call for once.
It won't happen. It won't happen because the referees saw a blatant one against on Washington and went, No, I know what you're saying, but it's just. Am I wrong in saying or thinking that the refs are not as good as they used to be? I mean, they're not calling blatant penalties. I just don't get it. And sometimes they're calling penalties that really are just ticky-tack. I don't know what the deal is with these guys. It just doesn't seem like we have the great referees we used to have.
I think the NFL does have a problem, in the sense of it's way too inconsistent than what it needs to be.
Sure. Absolutely agree.
All
right. Spence, you going to be okay if you walk home? Because he said, Bill, if the Broncos go 3 and out here, I told my wife I'm walking home and going by the liquor store to get a 24-pack of Kona Brewing Big Waves.
It's funny.
You got your daughters, or you got your children. I don't know if they're daughters, but you got your children at the park. So I just want you to be safe, man. I want you to be safe.
It's funny. I actually have a Kona Big Wave in my refrigerator.
Oh, there you go. Hey, you know what? You might go get it because hey, we need the wave. You stand up and you do the wave. Go get it. We need the wave, man.
I'll just fix my water.
Oh shoot, we need something. That's for sure. That's for sure. We need something to happen good. Oh, Panthers are at the Dolphins next week. Dolphins are going to kill Panthers. Panthers got blown up today.
It's bad when you text one of your buddies. I texted Sayer because he and I are going to the Packers game.
Yeah.
On that Sunday. So I texted him. I said, "Please, you better be coming to Denver still."
Yeah, exactly. Spence says wife's going to take the kids, and he agrees with you, Cam. The Big Wave beers are the best.
I'm a Breckenridge Brewery fan. I mean, I in terms of I think that's my favorite, but there's definitely one where I think there's some others I do like a lot though.
Come on, if we go 3 and out, I'm going to give my wife 4 minutes. 4 minutes for what? Because come on, you're not the one walking home, but 4 minutes for what? I might be afraid to ask. Oh no, sack! Oh my gosh.
The Jets. The one thing I will say, and it terrified me going into this game, is that the Jets defensive line is not, is not one to be messed with. I mean, they're legit. But
the Broncos can't block anybody. They can't block a single person. Come on. Well, okay. Come on. I got the direction you're going. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. How's that? Get rid of it. Ain't nobody open. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely embarrassing. God, he just is not throwing the ball. 3rd and 14, 11 minutes and counting. In the fourth quarter, we're down by a touchdown, 2-point conversion.
No one's open.
Why aren't the receivers keep moving? They're just standing there like a bunch of freaking idiots. How long are you going to play this game? 5 minutes? Come on, man. Move. You see the quarterback in trouble, move. Fudge. Uh-oh. Oh, watch your back. There goes a fumble. Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're saying fumbled. Fumble. Yep. That's a fumble. So the ball should be at the 29 and not the 19 or not the 14. Oh, Denver maintained possession because that was second down. Oh, I thought that was third. Oh, it was. It was third down. All right, Kamani. Well, I guess we'll see you, huh? Can we see you next week? Are you going to give us? Or no, actually, not next week. Next Thursday. Oh, he hit him.
No,
that's a flag. You hit him. You can't hit him. You can't hit him. Oh my gosh, he hit him on the fair catch. Did he hit him on the fair catch, or did he call a fair catch?
Yeah, I don't think it mattered.
Ooh, my gosh! Respond to that, Cam. What's it? Charwayne Shan. I hope you pronounced that right. I'm sorry.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not going to.
The Broncos are trash. You know what? I'm going to say this straight up, Cam. I would have to agree with her. We haven't shown anything different than last year. Last year we won 5 games. We've only won 1 this year. We haven't shown anything different. And that bothers me. Yes, Russell Wilson is playing much better, but the defense isn't. And the team as a whole in the second half isn't. And that's bothersome because that's more taking Russell Wilson out of the equation. That's more than a Nathaniel Hackett problem. This is a team problem. And I'm not sure where it lies. Come on, I said she told me no. She heard us. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. So
I gotta say though, and this is the big thing, when you have a Broncos podcast or anything in general, is you don't want to fan keep or gatekeep. How someone should be a fan. We'll definitely give our opinions. We'll definitely give our thoughts on how the game is going. But when someone does chime in and say Broncos are trash, that's entitled. They're entitled to their opinion. And so
I agree.
It's they're entitled to feel that way. I think the Broncos are still in good hands overall with the ownership group and everything, and maybe in the future with Sean Payton. But it's just really rough, and I think it's very clear that the Broncos are just in a very rough spot right now.
Yeah, last 6 years have been a rough spot. Spence says he is starting his walking because I'm packing up and walking home. Bye-bye, Broncos. Time to think about Caleb Williams' lottery. Okay. Spence, be careful, man. Be careful out there. We'll keep you up to date if you still want to keep listening. Hopefully it's much better in the last 10 minutes of the game than it has been, but they forced the Broncos to re-kick it, and they have it at the 23, 24, 25-yard line. So that hit, they forced the Broncos to back up and re-kick. So that's why the ball is at the Jets 25 with 10 minutes left in the game. Down by 8. And it's all Madunga's Creevy's fault. He's at the game. So,
and I am I think I'm undefeated when I go to games. So maybe
they should have invited you, man. But then that would have been a weird what's the thing called? Like magnets repel each other. So he would have been the negative, you would have been the positive, and it would have been like this. Oh, negative positive slams together. Yeah, that's what it is. So maybe it would have worked. I don't know. Biggie says, okay, guys, I'm going to try and switch it up myself. I want to turn it off and hope something happens. Well, if you turn it off.
Well, I was going to say, see what Biggie is trying to say there is that he's not superstitious, but he is stitious, right?
He's stitious, yeah. Here you go. I want you to answer this one. What are our chances with the Chiefs next week? Kamani asked that question. What are our chances against Chiefs? Well,
in the vein of Dumb and Dumber, Kamani, there's always a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance, but do they actually have a legitimate chance? They have about as legitimate of a chance as things currently stand right now to beat the Kansas City Chiefs as I do to have a date with Taylor Swift.
no, you have to fight Kelsey for that.
I'm just saying in general, or like have a date with Margot Robbie or something. It's the likelihood of that happening, is not good.
Yep. All right. Well, maybe in light of what's happening, if we had somebody do this, maybe it would change our fate.
We're going streaking! Yes!
We're going streaking. Oh my gosh. You got to try and lighten things up, man. Got to try and lighten things up, because what else are you going to do? Kamani said that's a good answer to what you were saying there, Cam. Kamani says that was a good answer to what the question was about the Chiefs, about us beating the Chiefs. Oh my gosh, we freaking suck. I should play that again. We suck again.
It's such a telling stat, and Russ, and we said it. It's a nice little barometer for how good Russ is, and he's definitely played better this year. But it is definitely a good barometer that when you have what he's been able to do.
Oh, God dang it! Where's our defense? Okay, Cam, I'm gonna go freaking nuclear right now. Why in heaven's freaking name are we playing zone? Zone doesn't work with this defense. It doesn't work. Look at this is zone. That's exactly zone. Look at you got to. God. We played man to man in the first half, and we were winning. We go zone the second half. And look what happens. I don't understand why. I don't get it. Now they're at the Broncos 40-yard line. Get him. Oh, now we can't tackle anybody. The only reason why we got him down is he fell. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed in the fact that the downfield passing game has just been really pathetic. I mean, the 68 or 60 some yards, that you've seen from Russ today it's rather pathetic. And I tell you, and you and I both know this well, but there is no worse feeling being a podcaster in Broncos country than actually recording a loss or doing the neighborhood and they're losing right now, or doing the neighborhood and they lose 70 to
20. That was tough.
70, 20. It's hard when you lose that bad. You're trying so hard to try and pick positives up and and
scored 27-20, 9.5 minutes left of the game. Okay, I agree with this. I'm gonna put this back up there. I agree with this. Kamani says, what if we play bad in the first half and then we turn around the second half? We did that last week against the Bears. We were bad in the first half, and that's to my point, Kamani. We made adjustments in the second half. That's the difference. Get him! God dang it, they're at the 30-yard line.
It's important to bring this up in terms of Sean Payton and what he is as a coach. Sean Payton notoriously does start out really slow in terms of his coaching record. I think he's before joining the Denver Broncos, he was 27-23 in the month of September and October, I think, or September, and then from
they're going for a field goal now,
and now from
a 49-yard field goal, making a 2-possession game. The kick is up and it is right down the freaking middle. It's 24-13. God dang it!
But so again, I think if to bring it back, so the Sean Payton led the Sean Payton led teams do start out slow to begin the years, and they do finish. And
right.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Kamani.
Thanks, Kamani. Kamani says we all do a good job bringing the game to you guys. Yeah, appreciate it, Kamani. Thanks so much for your support. Really, really appreciate it, as always. Oh, I'll take it off again.
Yeah, but I just think that, it's definitely one where I think, it's hard because, you definitely – I think there is a trend in Sean Payton's coaching career that they do play better, as the season winds down, which is exactly what you want. It's exactly what you want as a team. You want to make sure you're playing better, your best ball as the season is winding down.
Oh, absolutely. But you can't get too far in the negative side of losses in order to not be able to come back. That's the fear that's going to happen right now. We're staring a 1-4 start. If you go back and look at the Broncos last year under Hackett, what was our record after 5 games? 1-4. I mean, has too many things changed?
2-4, actually.
Or just 2-3.
Yeah,
2-3. You're right. But that means we're even worse than we were under Hackett. Is that even possible? And Wilson's playing better. So that tells me there's other key points, which I'm sorry to say it. In a way, I'm sorry to say it because I knew it when we hired Vance Joseph. It is a defensive adjustment problem. He's not adjusting to whether you're winning at halftime or you're losing at halftime. You need to adjust. You got to adjust because they're going to adjust. And if you haven't looked at game film deep enough to know what they adjust to, then you're going to end up with scores like we're looking at right now, 24-13. That's the problem I have with Vance Joseph. He doesn't adjust.
But again, like and this goes back to this is a Sean Payton led team, and when you see these kinds of things like in the first year, I'm happy that.
Where's the flag? Oh, gosh, there wasn't a flag. That should have been a flag. He was on him. Spence says he's walking home now with the 24-pack in hand. I hope it's not a long walk, dude. I hope it's not a long walk. Oh, my gosh. Just don't open one up while you're walking because I don't know what the rules are up there in where did he say he was? He's in Santa Clarita. Oh, I don't know what the rules are up there.
Look at the total yards this half.
I know. 205-1. Isn't that great? Denver's got 1 total yard in the second half. 1. Oh, he's got Judy. What a catch. What a catch. Oh, my gosh, was that a catch? That ball was past. It was back here, my guy. Back here, Fred. It was back here. Oh, good. A penalty against the Jets. That ball was past him, dude. Roughing the passer, 15 more yards. Beautiful. Yes. Come on, Denver. Come on, Denver.
I'm going to say it again. It's amazing to me what happens when you give Jerry Jeudy the ball. I'm serious.
Well, yeah, but I don't know why they haven't targeted him.
He's not open, or the receivers aren't open, or whatever. Like,
that was helmet to helmet on Wilson. Wow. Yeah. Okay. The Broncos are going to be out. Oh man, they keep moving. The Broncos are at the Jets 33-yard line. I'm sorry, 37, 38 yard. Oh man, they're slowing down McLaughlin. He hasn't been able to break a seam yet. There's 6 minutes left in the game, a little over 6 minutes left in the game. Denver trails by 11. Let me ask you this question, Cam. If the Broncos score a touchdown here, do they go for 2?
They should, yes.
Okay. What if they don't get it? Then they're down by 4. A field goal doesn't no good.
No, but you still smartly go for 2 here.
Okay. That's true. You do. Watch your back. Get it first. Go. Go, Pete Ryan. Go 10. 5 to the 5. First and goal, Denver. 5:45 or 5:40 left in the game. Come on. When does Denver start using their timeouts? When they have the ball or when the Jets have the ball? Hey, welcome to the show, Tyson Tyson Lutz, welcome to the show. Just joining. How's Zach Wilson doing? Zach Wilson's beating the Broncos right now. They're up about 24-13. And Denver's got the ball with 5 minutes and 10 seconds and counting inside the 5-yard line of the Jets, and needing 2 scores to either tie the game or win it. So
here we go, 2nd and goal.
Yep, 2nd goal. 4:50 remaining. Ball is on the 3-yard line. Wilson back to pass. Throws the floater. Touchdown, Denver. Yep, touchdown, Denver. That was Adam Troutman.
You know what's
Tight
funny?
end.
You know what's funny?
Beautiful. Well, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm late. My bad.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
The Broncos could score over 20 points
And lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, how about this? If Denver's, I'm putting this out there right now. If Denver gets the 2-point conversion, I'm doing that touchdown one again, because that means that, we scored again. Watch your back. Watch your back. He lost it. He got sacked. God dang it. Oh my gosh. A flag. Hold on. There's a flag. Hang on a second. What did they say? Holding. Yes, defense. Half the distance to the goal, guys. Now we're at the 1. Let's do the Philadelphia push. Now I'm all for it. Okay, let's do the Philadelphia push and get all the big guys behind Russell Wilson, push him in the end zone.
Oh, that's a bad hole.
He held Judy. Oh my gosh, he's got Judy's arm wrapped like a freaking snake or something. What the heck? All right, come on. We should be at the 1-yard line. Yep, we are. All right. They're not lined up like Philadelphia does. I don't like this.
Hey!
Yes. All right, guys, here we go. I'm playing it again. Here we go. It wasn't a touchdown, but it was a 2-point conversion, which is very rare. So we don't have a 2-point conversion thing. So that was beautiful. That's beautiful. 24-21 Jets. We've got to stop them. We've got to stop them here. Got to be 3 and out. Got to be 3 and out. When do you start using your timeouts, Cam? 3 minutes left.
I'd imagine, they'll maybe see if they can find a way to do it with, with this upcoming drive. It is crazy that they have all 3 timeouts. It's absolutely great. And it's still crazy to me that we have 20 points. It's just for as much as we dog the Broncos, offense, and Russ has looked really bad today. He really has. I think the one costly turnover, of course, was the intentional grounding and whatnot. But man, the fact that
he had him anyways.
The fact that we're at 21 points with this particular game is actually kind of crazy with the way things have gone. So I can't believe that we're at this point where, as bad as the Broncos offense has looked, and with the passing yards and the yards itself of, Russ through the air and everything, I just can't believe we're at it where they have 21 points to 24.
Kamani says, now, Vance Joseph, if the defense can stop here, I won't fire you on Monday. That's classic, dude. I love it. All right, come on, defense. Get him. Yes. All right. But we need to start calling timeouts. We can't allow them to run it all the way down to 2 minutes left. And the reason why I say that is because if they end up getting a field goal, let's say, heaven forbid, but if they end up getting that, We're not going to have much time left. We need look at they're running off almost 40 seconds every single play. That means it's going to take it down to the 2 minute. Oh, that was movement. Get him. Good. Timeout. I would call timeout right now. Timeout. Somebody called timeout. It's 3:56 left. Somebody called timeout or there's an injury. Who called timeout? Because it's 3:56 left. Who called timeout? Denver called. Okay. That's what I was saying. Timeout. Like me and Peyton Manning. Timeout. That's yeah. You got to stop it. Otherwise, they're going to run it down to the 3 minute mark. And then they run a play. Then they run it down to the 2 minute mark. What's that benefit you? Nothing. You got to stop them. Come on, 3rd and 4. Stop them right here. 3rd and 4, and then call them out. Unless it's incomplete pass. Okay. They're at their own 31-yard line. The Jets 31. Jets, Allen changing the play. Or Wilson, Zach Wilson changing the play. Here comes a pass. Throws it. Caught wide open. Oh, my gosh. Rip the ball. Knock him down. Tackle him. My gosh, they're trying to rip the ball out, and the guy's going all the way down the freaking field, 24 freaking yards. Gee.
Kudos to Zach Wilson on that throw, though. That's a big-time throw from Wilson.
The guy's wide open. Come on, Cam. You could have thrown that pass.
I'm sorry. You have to give credit where credit is due. That was a big-time throw, big-time moment, and you have to give credit with him. That was big. In that particular moment, to hit Conklin like that on 3rd and 4.
The defense of the Broncos was stupid. They're trying to rip the ball. Just knock him down.
Oh, that part was egregious. Just knock him down. Don't be going for the ball.
Knock him down. Oh, my gosh. If they get a field goal, we need a touchdown. So now we got to hope for a field goal, guys. There's 3:33 left. We got to hope for a freaking field goal because they're in the Broncos' 20-some yard line or maybe 30-some. But they're deep in Denver's territory. They're deep in Broncos territory, no doubt about it. They're at the Broncos' 32-yard line. We need a turnover. We need a field goal. Give up. That's it. Stop him. Good. Timeout.
I don't know if
they did.
They call it.
Yep, they stopped the clock. Because here's the key down. Okay, I know. We got the 2 minute warning, but here's the key down. Oh, they didn't call timeout. They're starting it. Good. Okay, now after 2nd down, when they stop them on 3rd, they got to call timeout. They have to call timeout.
But remember, though, the Broncos in essence have 2 timeouts because of the 2 minute warning.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. But we have to call timeout after this play, regardless. We have to. Get him. Good. Now call timeout. 3 minutes left, 2:58, 2:57, 2:56, 2:55. Call timeout. Peyton, what are you freaking doing? Why are you letting the clock run down?
You may need a timeout for your offensive possession. So, that's the only thing I can think of.
Why are you freaking doing this? You are wasting precious, valuable time. You're going to need a touchdown when they get a freaking field goal. I know what you're saying, Cam. I understand what you're saying. That way we have essentially 2 timeouts. But they're letting it run all the way down to 2:20. Jets called timeout with 2:21 left. We were at 3-something. You don't think those 45 seconds can matter? Come on, man. Oh, my gosh. I don't understand this team. Oh, my gosh. If they get a first down here, guess what?
Is it Angry Bill time?
It's getting there. All right, guys. It's time to do this. All right, you ready? It's time to do this.
Oh, get off my lawn!
Yeah, time to get off my lawn, okay? I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I'm irritated. Minnesota's losing to Kansas City 27-20. They got 3:50 left in the game. Kansas City's ball. All right, come on, defense. It's 3rd and 5. Stop them. Do not give up a freaking first down, whatever you do. Come on, defense. Make something happen.
Yeah!
Intercepted. Oh, my gosh. How did Surtain catch that thing? How in heaven's name did Patrick Surtain catch that? Oh. Wow. Wow.
The play we needed Zach Wilson to be an absolute moron.
Oh, my gosh.
And he decided to actually challenge Pat Surtain, arguably the best corner in the game.
Yeah, but now we got all that field to go, but we only need a field goal to tie it. But we
Sauce Gardner would never. And I'll hold
He caught it one-handed, dude. Did you see that? He caught it one-handed.
Sauce Gardner would never. And I'll hold y'all to that.
Wow, one-handed. One-handed. That is insane. Wow. Oh, and then he had it between his legs. Wow. Tell me this guy isn't the greatest corner in the entire NFL. And I'm going to tell anybody and everybody out there, I don't care who the corner is on any other team. Patrick Surtain II is the best corner in the league. Oh, boy. Broncos had the ball at the 3-yard line. We got to go 97 yards to win it. Okay, go. Go, Johnson. Just short of first down. Oh, my gosh. 2:09 left. Broncos have, in essence, we have 2 timeouts. Oh, Bawana Beast. Oh, buddy. Hey, man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Bawana Beast, one of our regulars. Love to have you in the chat. Love to have you in the house. I'm sorry you got COVID, man. But thanks for chiming in. I hope you can bring us some Bronco miracle luck here. Spence says, wait a minute. I think the Park and the Broncos play better. So you're saying that there's a chance? Pouring 3 beers into my 35-ounce mug. Keep doing. Hey, Spence, do whatever you have to do.
Broncos are out of the back of the end zone now.
Yeah, I just saw that catch. All right. We are going into a timeout. There's exactly 2 minutes left in the game. Broncos have 1 timeout left. And I'm going to pose this question to everybody in the chat and to you, Cam. What happens in the last 2 minutes of this game?
Are you
one of three things I'm going to throw out there, okay? I want you to pick one. I want everybody in the chat to participate, please, okay? Either A, we come up short and don't get in field goal range. 2, we get in field goal range and tie the game and force overtime. Or 3, we win the game on a long pass touchdown. Which one do you say, Cam?
I don't call me a cop-out answer, but I'll say we play for a field goal.
Okay.
Because we're basing this off the entire game, right? And the offense hasn't really been able to, do this in terms of for a full game, right now with the Jets. So I will say that the Broncos, drive down, and I don't know whether they hit the field goal or not, but I just hope that for the Broncos' sake that we're able to either get in field goal range or possibly win this game. I mean, you just and the thing that does somewhat suck is Marvin Mims has 2 turnovers now, and so how much does this team trust Mims now in this particular situation? Obviously, he had the huge catch on the moon ball to from Russ to Mims in the Chicago game, but what's the trust level with the coaching staff, Wilson and Mims now on
I say you got to go back to Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy was clutch in that great catch that was behind him and caught it for a first down, all of that. Welcome into the house. The Preston, I think it is, or Prexton or whatever. It says, I hope you all tie this up. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll take a tie over a loss any day, any freaking day. No doubt about it. I'll take my chances in overtime, man. But we got a long ways to go. We still got a long ways to go. And we only have one timeout. Only one timeout. Okay. I'm going to turn this up a little bit more in my ears so I can hear what's going on. I can still hear you, Cam. That's not a problem. Watch your back. There you go. Gain of 4.
Yeah.
Gain of 4. Gotta hurry up. Come on. You gotta show a sense of urgency, guys. Come on. Come on. Wow. Freaking Jerry Judy was way the heck down there. He had to come all the way right back. 1:37 left. Come on, hike the freaking ball.
Might have been Mims or Brandon Johnson. Oh,
watch your back. Oh, Wilson just got blown up. Wilson just got blown up. Now they got to call timeout. They're not calling timeout? Oh, they just blew him up.
That was a bad miss block by Pirine.
Yep. Now they're in major trouble. They're at their own 21-yard line. It's 3rd and 15. They got to go for it on 4th. First down. That's what I just tell you, Cam. What I just tell you, Jerry Judy has got to be the target. Jerry Judy's got to be the target. And see, even Preston, I want to say Prexton or whatever it is, got to target Judy. That's exactly what they just did. They exactly got a first down. Wilson, oh, where's the flag? 41 seconds left. Oh, my gosh. Are we doing – Cam, are we going to get another Hail freaking Mary? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, dude. Would that be insane? It's 2nd and 10. The Broncos are on their own, 34? 35? Let's see where they're at. Hang on a second. I'm not showing it yet. Broncos are on their own 41. Okay. They got to get to the 49 of the Jets. Come on, guys. They just said they need about 20 yards. Get out. Oh, no, fumble. Jets got it. Touchdown.
That's ball game.
Touchdown, Jets. Game over. Oh, my gosh. Game over. 31-21. Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Nobody touched him. Well, he just knocked it out of his hand. He just knocked it right out of his hand. Oh, yeah, that was a scoop and score. Yep. Oh, that was Hall, of course. What is Hall doing on defense? Is that a different Hall?
Bryce Hall.
That's the same Hall?
No, Bryce.
Oh. Wow. Unbelievable. Game is done. 31-21, 29 seconds left. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Hey, the announcers are saying, why didn't Russell Wilson just go to the ground? Why is he trying to constantly make something happen? I understand that he uses his legs, but his legs right here hurt us. They hurt us. All we had to do was go down.
No, that is not on Russ. I'm sorry, that is not on Russ. Like, that is absolutely not on Russ. I mean, certainly got to hold on to the ball, but I mean, you know, that's just a great play. I mean, one, it was a free blitzer, and by that point, Russ was running for his life. So, I mean, you know, if anything, you got to hold on to the ball. So, I mean, like, that's just the unfortunate thing is, like, you can't put it on Russ. Seriously.
So, and that's what just saying here that that's what Russell Wilson does. He tries to scramble out, make things happen, and sometimes he's unable to do so. Spence says that play just described our season in a nutshell. Do you agree, Cam?
It's described our last 7 years, last 8 years.
Yep.
But I mean, like, I think that the thing is, and you really have to, as much as I was saying, let's point the blame, and it really doesn't need to be in Russell Wilson's direction on that play. His performance at times in this game was pretty bad, and so I think that, and so I think that from the standpoint of just as a whole, when you look at it in the landscape of everything, they never took many shots downfield. I mean, Clayton says close but no cigar. I mean, I just think that, like, overall, you absolutely have to take those shots downfield.
Yeah, but apparently they weren't open.
We got to stop with these comments. I mean, like, I get the, in terms of saying, the head coach has got to go. I'm sorry. We got to stop with these comments. That's reactionary. We got to stop with that crap. I hate to say it like that, but, like,
well, Joe, I'm glad you're in the house anyways. I'm not saying the head coach needs to go. I just know that something needs to be changed, and I'm not sure what it is. Susie, nice to have you in the house. Susie, I don't even want to try and pronounce the last name. I don't want to mess it up. Says we have a new coach, and yes, that also means a new system. It also means new offensive play calling, that kind of thing, new scheme, getting to players into the same rhythm, that kind of thing. It's going to take a while. I didn't expect it to take this long. I thought maybe we beat the Bears, we beat the Jets, and then have to face the Chiefs. We have juggernaut. Hang on a second. We have a juggernaut schedule coming up, guys. We got Kansas City Thursday, the Packers and the Chiefs at home the following 2 Sundays. So the next 3 games before our bye, we could, I hate to say this, but we could be 1-7.
Possible.
We're going to be 1-5 today. I mean, 1-4 today.
Yeah, it's certainly possible.
And then
but I mean, at the end of the day, then you hate to use the same old adage, but any given Sunday, I mean, the Broncos came back against Washington, came back against Chicago. Bad teams, but I mean, they came back and they showed heart in that. But I mean, again, this is the Broncos have to stop. Some of the Bronco fans have to stop with this idea of churning out new coaches every single year. Firing a coach after a first year is not the problem. It's not the solution either. So, yeah, I mean, the comments look bad, but I'm sorry. Did you not see what happened at the end of the first half? The ineptitude of an offensive coordinator and the play clock and everything. That alone shows you how inept Hackett looked. And frankly, the credit is more to Zach Wilson than it is Nathaniel Hackett. Nathaniel Hackett's going to get all the praise because of the offseason that happened. But it is Zach Wilson for the way that he performed. And one more time again, it's the Broncos looking more of a defensive issue than it is the offense. Now, what we saw today was a nice barometer for what this offense needed to face, and they really are in a very hard situation where the offense long term probably under Payton is going to end up being pretty good. But the defense is the one that is the real issue on this, and they absolutely have to get it right. George Payton is on the hot seat, to quote Buona Beast. They absolutely have to figure this out. That's my rant. Go Broncos. I love being able to do this kind of stuff, but we have got to stop with the crap of churning out new coaches every single year.
Oh, I agree. Although we did have to say goodbye to Hackett last year. I mean, that was just bad, but you're right. We have to find a coach like we had with, and I know Kubiak was only there for 1 or 2 years. We have to find a coach like a Mike Shanahan. One is going to stick around for a long period of time. One's going to be a franchise head coach like a Bill Belichick, that kind of thing, where you can build around the scheme that you need to build around. And the problem with the Broncos revolving door is it's not working. It's not working. It hasn't worked. And I'm kind of wondering, is this a George Payton issue as well? Is he trying to find the diamond in the rough and it's just not working? He's coming up with fool's gold.
It is. And I think that, it goes back to something we've talked about previously on previous shows and everything, but you don't fault the idea for trading for a quarterback, but, at some point, some of those draft capital stuff, and while they have had, some draft picks, they absolutely have to be able to hit on some of those draft picks. And right now you're seeing a depth and talent issue, within that defense. And so I think that from the, from the standpoint of just the Broncos and particularly that defensive side of the ball, it's a straight up mess right now within that defense. And it's a result of with what George Payton is building now. I think now it's not enough to cool the hot seat by any means, but I think that, the performances of Nick Bonito and possibly Jonathan Cooper from this point on in the season, has been a bright spot, but two players don't cool a hot seat. Yeah. Two players cool a hot seat if it results in wins that are George Payton draft picks on the defensive side of the ball. But that's not what we're seeing right now. We are seeing a talent discrepancy like we haven't seen, and part of it maybe even scheme as well. And obviously when you have had a couple years of Fangio and Christian Parker and, Ejiro Evero type schemes, like at some point, like you also have to look at scheme as well, which, to Vance Joseph's, defense, I mean, like they're really bad in terms of scheming up players and right now, like, yeah, there's definitely some talent issue, but Vance Joseph isn't really helping matters at all with that.
If we had Evero as our defensive coordinator in this season, would we still be 1-4?
No. We'd
have beaten the Raiders.
I think that we would have beaten the Raiders.
How about Washington?
I think it's possible that we would have beaten. It's possible we would have beaten Washington. The thing is like the Broncos, with how that season has gone, they should be either at the very least 2-2 right now, or 2-3 based on today's game.
Oh yeah, 2-3.
But I mean, yeah, it's just it's just an unfortunate situation, and so.
Look who popped in. Mudungus, what's happening, man?
Nothing. What's going on with you guys?
Well, again, you live up to your record at Mile High Stadium.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said, unfortunately, you lived up to your record at Mile High Stadium.
Shut your mouth.
By the way, as apropos to what the Jets have done, they just posted. We just lost to the off-season champ, and it was a picture of Kevin James in a Broncos attire. So, Mike, just tell us, what was it like?
Well, first things first, this wasn't a defensive problem. Come on, ours now, too.
Oh, nice.
This wasn't a defensive problem. This was an offensive problem. Like, the defense, this is probably the best I've seen the defense play in this season. This wasn't a Vance Joseph problem. This was an offensive player problem.
How do you describe it? How do you describe it as an offensive player problem? Break it down.
None of the wide receivers could get open anywhere. There was nowhere to throw the ball. You look going into like halfway through the fourth quarter, you got Russell Wilson with 55 yards. There was nowhere to throw the ball. The defense was out on the field so much because of all the 3-and-outs. This wasn't a defensive problem. They held tough. But the offense let them down today.
But here's the problem I see, Mike, is that the Broncos didn't make any adjustments on defense entering the second half. That has to be corrected.
They didn't need to. They didn't need to. So we were talking to Nick Ferguson when we were before the game. We were out at the tailgates, and he was saying that it's not necessarily a Vance Joseph problem. It's like the tackling issues and the effort on the defensive side of the ball. That's on players. Like if you get rid of Vance Joseph, you have the same problem.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I think that the Vance Joseph stuff, that's a separate point. But like the effort has been in question, and so I think that. But I as far as today goes, this is the one time where they scored 21 points, but it felt like the run defense was terrible.
I agree. 177 yards to Brees Hall, man.
But like,
go ahead.
But I was just gonna say, like, but this was also this was the first time where you actually felt like the offense really put themselves in a bind, and and Russell Wilson put them in a lot of spots that were bad, but also by the same token, there were no shots downfield, regardless of the fact they weren't open. There were just no shots being taken downfield.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Basically the Jets tried to keep the ball out of Zach Wilson's hand because they didn't want him to lose it, so they gave it to Brees Hall and ran for 177 yards. I mean, the coverage downfield was good. They really didn't have, like, Zach Wilson and the receivers didn't really have any offense going. Like, it wasn't a defensive problem. The problem is that the offense had so many 3-and-outs and turnovers that the defense was on the field the whole game. Because, like, you look at that first half, right? That first half was good. They didn't need to adjust.
Do you want me to say what Kamani said? He says, I disagree with Mike. It was a defensive fault.
He can disagree all he wants, but look at how many points were not because of the defense. Like, Mims turning the ball over on special teams, right? Mm-hmm. And then you got Mims turning the ball over on offense, trying to do that double reverse. And then you got Russell Wilson fumbling the ball. Like, other than allowing Brees Hall to run for 177 yards, which we kind of knew they were going to struggle on the run defense anyways, this was on the offense.
So what do you think the Broncos should have done differently if you're the offensive coordinator?
Honestly, it's an effort thing. Like, you have to get open. The offensive line was holding, for the most part, a good 2 seconds. Like, he had at least 2 seconds to throw the ball. Granted, he was running for his life, but the receivers have to get open.
Yeah, I saw a couple of times where the receiver just standing there while he's running around. They're not moving towards where he's going. They're just standing there. And the defender's right behind him. I'm like, why aren't you guys moving? And it's very, very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah, I agree. It was aggravating. Like, the hype was real when we were going for that when it was 24-21. The hype was real. And then Wilson fumbled the ball.
Yep.
And it was just over.
Yep.
How much from the angle that you guys were at? How much of that did you put on Russ, or was it more just there was a free rusher? He was coming after Russ.
There was a free rusher because it was a miscommunication between McGlinchey and Miners.
It looked like Miners.
The fumble is on Wilson.
On the miscommunication.
It is.
He had no chance.
You can't fumble the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Mike, Spence says, let's be honest. After this upcoming loss on Thursday against the Chiefs, it's already predicting the Broncos are going to lose the Chiefs. It's time to call it a rebuild. The culture needs to change and be redesigned. Do you agree with that?
Maybe a small one. I don't know if it's a full rebuild. I think that now someone that's up in the top left corner of this broadcast can agree with me. We might have an offensive problem a little bit. I wonder who called that one.
Cam.
Well, but again, like you're off of one game.
No, I'm off of the last 3.
No, but I'm saying with what we saw today was an offensive problem. I'm agreeing with you on that.
Right.
But
so it was last week against the Bears until the fourth quarter.
Right.
But they also still managed to score 21 points. But the point is that this is the biggest barometer that they've had. And honestly, if there was an offensive problem, Mike, Russell Wilson would not be at 9-2 and playing his butt off the entire season. And frankly, if it was an offensive problem, people would actually be talking negatively about Russ. And frankly, it's been nothing but crickets until to this game.
Everybody's been talking negative about it. Everybody. I don't understand how you can look at this game and last game and not be like, there might be a little bit of a problem.
I'm looking at this game and saying the offense sucks, though. As far as after, this game alone, the offense was just not good at all.
Yeah. Well, hey, I might lose you, so I'm going to let you guys go, but I wanted to check in.
Hey, real quick, Mike, how far are you walking, dude? You're outside the stadium already?
Yeah, we're walking back over to the trains, or to the light rail.
Oh, okay. How far is that from the stadium?
I don't know. Too far for a fat guy like me.
Hey, you need to have that scooter, man. You need to borrow that scooter that you get when you go to Empower Field to kind of take a little joyride.
You can't have scooters by the stadium on game day.
Oh, you can't? Well, yeah, all the fans, yeah, you run into them.
I need to get those Healy shoes.
Those Healy shoes, like the kids wear.
Wheel my way out.
Either that or have Cam push you in some type of a fun chair or something,
Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go.
All right, man. Nice. Thanks for checking in.
Bye, bud.
All right, we'll see you. Well, that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Great.
Yeah, that was good. Any before we wrap this show up and the post game and all that, Madungus Greavy, thanks for chiming in and being on there. What's your thoughts going into Thursday night's game at Kansas City, Week 6?
Well, like usual, there's a problem, and the defense is going to have to adjust on a short week against Kansas City, and just overall, it's just a disappointment. You're hoping to at least have some momentum going in the right direction, and and frankly, Robert, if you actually have been listening to the neighborhood during what we've been doing in the game, and Bill can attest to this, I've actually been sticking up for Zach Wilson during this game. Mm-hmm. So, nice try.
No, he has. He mentioned on that one pass that got him the first down that allowed them to, kick the field goal. I'm not sure what it was, but I think it was that. Yeah, I got that first down, so that was a great throw. So, I'm not going to cheer for anybody who's not wearing the Broncos colors, but yeah, you have to tip your hat to what they did. And the Broncos, took another one on the chin. Unfortunately, a Russell Wilson fumble resulted in a game-sealing touchdown late in the game, 29 seconds left, and that's what happened. So what's your final score, Cam, for the Chiefs on Thursday, Broncos-Chiefs, primetime?
2 scores, if not more.
Ooh. Wow. And it's because of what side of the ball? Offense, defense, or special teams, or all three?
Kansas City's just a better football team. And when they're a better football team, you should be winning a game like that on Thursday. I hope that the team is ready, but I think that, it's pretty obvious that this team needs a lot of work to be ready for Kansas City on such a short week. So, they got to figure something out. And Pat Mahomes has obviously had their number, and and hopefully Russ can maybe play and do the stuff that he needs to, going up against Kansas City. Maybe he plays a little bit of a better game, but yeah, it's not looking good for sure.
All right, right before we wrap it up, what's it going to take for the Broncos with this team that we have now to be in the same class as a Miami Dolphin team this year, the Kansas City team of last year, the Charger team that's up and coming, What's it going to take? Is it going to take a year or 2 or 3, or when do you think it starts?
It's definitely they got to be right in all 3 phases. They got to win in offense, defense, and special teams. And I think the offense, has actually shown signs of improvement. I mean, there's actual evidence of this, that the offense has actually shown signs of improvement. But I think that, they have to still be able to be better. You have to be able to see who you want to keep long-term, who you want to, possibly move out and, move on from. I think Judy performing the way that he did near the end of the game was enough to probably hopefully, use him as possibly a building block for this team on the offensive side of the ball. But I think that from just in all phases, they have to figure out the defensive side of the ball. They really do. And if they can figure out the defensive side of the ball long term and build a scheme that is going to be fitting, for this defense, and that's one of the reasons why Pat Surtain is untouchable, is because he can fit really any scheme, and he is just he's that dynamic of a corner. And so I think that Simmons is a gray area. I love Simmons. I have his jersey in one of my dens, but I mean, he's one of those ones where he can definitely see him being a piece still going forward, but also you wouldn't be surprised if they moved on from him, obviously given the big contracts and stuff like that. And so it was they find themselves in a bit of a quandary, and the thing is, you got to rebuild that. You got to rebuild that defense, and you got to rebuild that front seven, especially with the defensive line. And as much as maybe the defense played really well in the first half, you can't give up, on one play. You can't give up on one play, even if it was Breece Hall, a long run like they did, to take the lead, just like that. I mean, that actually, I think at the end of the day, was the big back-breaking play that just threw everything open. And so they have to figure out their run defense.
Do you see the Broncos making any major trades that would signal a massive rebuild prior to October 31st?
We didn't talk about his name, but I was very surprised that Frank Clark's name was not mentioned hardly at all. In this game, a guy that was active, a guy that was, and a guy that, we signed as a veteran. I wouldn't be surprised if they shipped him off. I think that the unfortunate thing is, with a young group of pass rushers, you need a veteran presence in that room. Maybe you go out and you go out and you go sign like a Melvin Ingram or something if they move on from, a guy like a Frank Clark or something, if they trade him. But, I wouldn't be surprised if Frank Clark is on the move. I've been saying that I think Cortland is one of those guys that could be on the move, just from a contract perspective. So I wouldn't be surprised if they moved on from him. And maybe he's one of those wide receivers that he just needs a change of scenery, because he's not the same type of wide receiver that he's been, since 2019. The toughness is lacking. The physicality is lacking at times. And at times it seems like maybe the effort is just no longer there. And, it's the unfortunate reality that the Broncos find themselves in.
Yeah. All right. Right before we wrap this up, what do you think the Broncos' chances are of beating the Chiefs? And I know you said you have the Chiefs beating the Broncos double digits, but if okay, let me rephrase that. Not so much the Chiefs. What do you think the Broncos' record is going to be at the bye week? We got the Chiefs on Thursday, then we have the Packers at home, and then we have the Chiefs again right before the bye week. Are we 1-7, or are we 2 or 3?
Well, so what is that? So they play Kansas City again, right?
Yep.
So
we got them. Hang on, I got the schedule right here. We got them Thursday, this Thursday, which is obviously prime time. Then we have the the Packers on Sunday, October 22nd, and then the Chiefs again at home October 29th.
I think if you were doing pick'em, you're obviously picking the Kansas City Chiefs to win every one of those games.
Sure.
I think they win in the Packers game. I do think they win the Packers game. But they're
so
like
2-7 or 2-6.
2-6 possibly, yeah.
Okay.
But it just depends on. I think the one thing, and this is we mentioned it in terms of the schedule release and with where the Broncos are schedule wise, with what they saw, the fact they have Kansas City early on in the season is at least a good thing. Get it out of the way, and so for what we see possibly in week 6, which is this Thursday game against Kansas City, if we see some improvement and something that they've learned from after that Thursday game going into Green Bay, and then of course Kansas City at home.
Well, we have Green Bay at home.
That's what I'm saying. Green Bay at home, and then Kansas City. I think that there's at least possibilities that maybe you can see some growth in that, but the guess is as good as mine. And right now it seems like they're a bad football team that can't win.
All right. So, last question before we wrap this up. If the Broncos are 2-6 at the bye week, because our bye week's number 9, so we're 2-6. Do you want the Broncos? And I hate to use this word, and I don't want to use it, so I'm not going to. But it's a tank word. I'm not saying tank, but do you see the Broncos basically saying, "Okay, let's play for better drafts, or let's trade players before October 31st to get draft choices and draft picks that we can utilize moving forward"? Is that something you think Sean Payton would be willing to do, as well as George Payton, and also as well as the ownership group? I don't see the ownership group buying this team for $4.5 billion and saying, "Okay, I want to lose."
Oh, for sure. I mean, they said it themselves. They want to have a winning product on the field. I think that the tanking thing is a really strong word, and frankly, I think if there's any move that would signal tanking, it would probably involve maybe guys like Jerry Jeudy on a lesser degree. I don't know if trading him signals tanking, but trading Pat Surtain and possibly Justin Simmons, what I think signal possibly tanking. I think the hard one for me is I think Bowles is a very obvious, trade candidate and a player that they may move on from. But I can't foresee them trading or moving on from a left tackle, which is a premium position, because you're going to need a left tackle to perform, on your line if you do move on from Bowles. And so that's obviously a rather big contract for sure. But I don't think that, you would move on from him in season, because the depth behind you on the offensive line would be lacking at that point. And so it would be rough for sure. But I think that those are some players that are definite trade block candidates, but it's just rough, man. I mean, it is rough that this is where we once again find ourselves in. But I mean, I think that in order for you to be in a really much of a better situation in the future, you have to unfortunately shed the contracts or shed players off to other teams, so that you can be a better football team. You can acquire that draft capital. You can find yourself in an identity. And I think the Broncos sort of, to a certain extent, find themselves in a identity crisis right now. Yeah,
I agree. All right, Cam. Well, it has been one last comment I think came up. Emily Cannon. Oh, good to have you in the house late. It's all good. Offensive line should have protected quarterback. Yeah, we've been saying that all year for the last 6 years. You're right. We should have. Jeremy R said the defense won the game. That's true. The defense of the Jets did win the game. No doubt about it. Cam, it was fun having you in here. Great replacement for Mike. Thanks so much. You want to wrap this up, or you want me to wrap it up?
Just, thanks again. And I'm sorry for, at times maybe being a little too pessimistic, or just maybe at times being a little bit of a homer at times. But and again, I love doing this with you, Bill, and just being a part of the neighborhood and and hopefully, we can be able to do this again. And again, I love Broncos country. I want success as much as you guys want success. And I think that, we need to remember that. And, and I think at times, and just to bring it back a little bit, I love being able to, I love being able to do these types of things, these podcast things with you guys, because, at the end of the day, we are human beings, and those people that are doing those Broncos podcasts are building a community. And so, like, for Bill, myself, and others that are part of this network, we're building up that network and connections with people like fans and other people that are doing Broncos podcasts. Hence why, so we are a family. And I think at the end of the day, that's all I'm trying to say is we are an absolute family. We love each other. And I think that, if there's one parting, message, is that your life matters. And, and that's really all I have to say.
All right. I usually go down the list just from people in the chat just to give them accolades because they don't have to do this. Big E Bronco in the house. Spence G, Madungus Creevy, Matty Moles. Going down the list, Avatar, Kamani, Lolan. Is that right? Lolan, Tahati, all the way from Germany. That's amazing, man. All the way from Germany. I really appreciate that. Being in the house. Pablo Ramos, Avatar, I mentioned Clayton Huron, always. You guys are the best. You guys are what makes this show. You really are. Because if we didn't have anybody to talk to, it'd just be me and Mike being obnoxious or whatever it is on the show. So we really appreciate it. And then the late ones that came in was Daniel Cross. Really appreciate you being here. Robert Ballestero, Jeremy R., and Emily Cannon. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Cam, it's been an honor to have you here. I appreciate you being on here. By the way, we're going to do this again.
We are.
Yeah. When the Vikings take on the Broncos at Mile High, Mike's going there with the Sun. So you and I will be doing this again in week 11, I think it is, 11 or 12. Let me get it down so that you'll know. Vikings, week 11. Yep. So you'll be back on here, Cam. So get your
popcorn ready.
Get your popcorn ready or something, whatever it is. It's prime time. It's Sunday night. So hopefully, Kirk Cousins won't be as good. My nephew won't like that. He's a big Vikings fan, but hey, I'm Broncos at heart. All right, guys. Once again, thank you guys so much for being in the chat. We really greatly appreciate it. Antonio just chimed in. The chat says, what's up, guys? Hey, we're just about ready to wrap it up. Go back and watch the show. It wasn't a Broncos win, but it was fun to do. Cam, thanks once again. You have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day and week coming up, and we look forward to seeing you on the 5280. We got shows Monday through Friday, guys. You know that. So and until we see you again this coming Thursday, it's going to be the Broncos at the Chiefs. Until then, take care, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Let's go Broncos on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.